Hey, listeners. So I done fucked up this week. I was supposed to be airing the episode on Sidekicks starring Chuck Norris and Jonathan Brandis, but as I was editing the episode you're going to hear, which is Three Ninjas, I realized, hey, we're making a lot of jokes about sidekicks, and I have not put that episode up yet. So just ignore that, I guess. I'm sorry about the mistake, but I was way too far done to go back and do it over again. Next week, you will have Sidekicks followed by The Wizard, so enjoy this. Thank you.
Rocky loves Emily. 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 Rocky.
Shut up, all of you. I'm Rocky.
I'm Colt.
I'm Tum Tum.
I'm Ben.
This is Bad Movies.
Worst People. Is he gonna stop us?
I know.
I waited until someone broke up. It was her first.
It was me.
Like we're all like patting our knees and we're all just like fear in our eyes.
My mouth is very dry now.
Do you want to do the summary?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Let's come back from the song first.
My turn to talk.
I'm back from the song.
I'm back from the song.
Hiya!
Kid Power.
Dude, it's totally like not your turn to talk.
Dude.
It's dude's turn, and if you're gonna harsh another dude's dudage, then you should pay a little homage. Dude.
What's the opposite of radical, dude?
Gnarly.
Gnarly.
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga,
Different movie.
bro.
Dude, there needs to be just a trigger warning for people. If you don't like the word dude or the sound hiya, this is going to be a bad episode and a worse movie.
Yeah, the guy doing the subtitles for this just had hiya and dude on a clipboard, and he just copy and paste. And I made that joke at the very beginning of the movie because literally the subtitles just hiya, hiya, hiya. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Yeah, all three times.
And then it didn't stop.
No.
Yeah.
That subtitle actually just stayed right underneath all the other words for the rest of the movie. Hiya, hiya, hiya.
Pops up. You get it, right? You know what they're doing, right? They're saying hiya when they're kicking. All right.
They are fighting.
Or just when they're walking.
Or yeah.
Them's are fighting words.
I'm glad these three aren't old enough to have sex, because there'd be some hiyas in that bedroom. Hiya!
Ooh. Poor Emily.
Yeah.
So
Hey, she's seen the man in action before.
she likes it when he shows off. Before he slings rope. Is that
before
what
he
you
could
just said?
sling rope.
Yeah.
Ben,
That is a sentence.
have a seat right here.
She knows what she's getting herself into. Is what I'm saying.
fuck
It's
off,
not getting better.
everybody.
He's not
And
talking.
he's not a lover.
He's not talking himself out of this, guys.
So the movie we're covering this week for Back to School Special is 1992's Three Ninjas. Hiya, directed by John Turteltaub, who has actually directed quite a few things, some that are good.
Okay. Hit me.
Cool Runnings.
Ooh,
he did
love
that,
Cool
which is
Runnings.
pretty sweet. That's about it. No, he also, he did a bunch of other movies. That was the good one. He did the first two
He's gonna
national.
have so many you know.
Well,
Cool
there are ones you'll
Runnings.
know. There are ones you'll know.
Gotcha.
Just not good ones. Both the first two National Treasures, Phenomenon with John Travolta,
Phenomenon.
The Kid with Bruce Willis, probably another state or back to school, whatever, something, I don't know.
is.
Yeah.
The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which we've already
We've
discussed.
talked about that.
And most recently, The Meg.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, that one went really well for him.
Hey, they got a sequel.
What was the
What?
Meg?
There's another one coming
Megalodon.
out.
Jason
The-
Statham.
Oh.
They got another Meg coming. That's funny.
That
Why?
was funny.
Who do you think
Why,
you
though?
are, Mr. Meg Stuff?
All right, so who's doing the summary?
Ben. I think we nominated Ben to do the summary.
All right,
Okay.
Ben, 30 seconds or less. Ready? Go.
Go.
It's like DuckTales meets Karate Kid meets Home Alone. And Grandpa is Master Splinter, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie got worse nicknames than Huey, Dewey, and Louie did. And when your dad's a cop, everything's fine. Everything's gonna be good for you.
I think that was a cool 30.
That was a tight little 30.
I don't know anything about this movie.
There's some holes.
You're fine, but you got the gist of the movie.
Your timing is impeccable.
Oh yeah, it's just,
Oh,
there's
man.
not a whole lot to it.
And
These
also,
kids
just
kind
a
of
quick,
do talk
he's an
like Huey
FBI
Lewis.
agent, not a cop.
He's a cop.
Cop
He's
is
not
a
a
cop.
co-op.
He's a fed.
He's a fed.
Aren't they still cops?
That's more
Cops
of
work
a,
for
he's
the
an
feds.
agent.
That's more of an AFAB than an ACAB. Kind of.
Cop is kind of used to be kind of a derogatory term for the coppers. You know,
Oh.
they're police officers.
I
What
thought
they
pigs
are.
were the derogatory
Well,
term
yeah,
for
another
cops.
one.
No, the pigs work for the cops, and the cops work for the feds,
Oh.
and the,
And
feds,
feds
work for the fuzz.
themselves.
Man,
Oh.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you go
that
to
too.
fucking police academy?
Yes,
He went to Police Academy 7.
Were you with the goot?
I was in his goots.
Don't act like you're in Goot's good graces.
So this movie stars a bunch of kids who've never done anything else really.
Oh no, they did Three Ninjas Kickback.
No, they didn't.
Some did.
Only Colt did.
Only Colt. Okay.
Fun story.
Didn't they come back for Knuckle Up?
So I did find one piece of fun fact trivia. Most of the trivia for this was not fun or facts. I mean, it might have been facts, but
Not fun.
they weren't fun. Three ninjas. So it's three ninjas kickback, three ninjas knuckle up, and then three ninjas something about a mountain.
Showdown at High Mountain or
Yeah, I don't know,
something
Hulk
like
Hogan
that.
is in it.
Jim Varney's in it.
Playing a guy named Dave Dragon, by the way.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Dave Dragon, very fun. But they did. So there's this movie, and it was super low budget, and it made a bunch of money. So obviously it got a sequel, and they made Knuckle Up first. But then there was some kind of distribution issues, like some rights and stuff. So it got shelved, and then Kickback came out, which has a different Rocky and a different Tum Tum, and then Knuckle Up came out 3 years later, which has the original three.
Oh, wow.
So it's like an accidental prequel?
Yeah, kind of.
It's weird.
And then High Mountain Magic or whatever the fuck it's called came out like 3 years later, and that was the end of the Three Ninjas.
Showdown at Hulk Mountain.
I do know that Colt, Colt was in Parenthood
Yeah.
with Steve Martin. He played the younger Steve Martin.
He probably has the most out of all these kids on his small, tiny little repertoire.
Yeah, I mean those were the only things I recognized.
What's he the oldest?
Middle.
The middle one.
eldest.
Yeah, this bugged me. Like I was like, Colt's the old one, right?
No, but I've
No.
always known Rocky was the oldest.
Oh, you've always known. You just
'Cause
had that
Rocky loves
I said it
inherent
last time we
knowledge.
talked
Rocky
about
came
it.
out before this movie. Rocky's older.
Yeah, there it is. Also, Rocky's like slightly taller. I don't know.
The kid who plays Tum Tum though probably just grew up to be like, I don't know, a spousal abuser or something.
diabetic.
Because his name is
Diabetic.
Chad Power.
Oh yeah, Chad Power.
Chad Power hits his wife.
He's somewhere rocking a MAGA hat right now.
He's not dead, is he?
I don't think so. And then Victor Wong is the cool one in this movie.
Victor Wong.
He plays the grandpa. Big Trouble in Little China. He's Egg Shen. Tremors. He owns the grocery store.
Oh, that's right. He does.
Yeah, he's also in a movie called Prince of Darkness, a really cool John Carpenter movie. He plays like this professor guy.
He's also not in this movie anytime Grandpa has to do anything.
Nope.
No,
I mean-
I'm pretty sure most of the time it's a white guy.
Yeah.
There
That
was a Bernie
stuntman looks like
Sanders
a white
looking one.
guy.
So I did look up. Victor Wong has no martial arts background.
Well, you're Asian and you're in Hollywood, so you can do martial arts.
Yeah. I just wonder, would it have been better to maybe get like a stuntman
Maki?
to play the dude? Yeah. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Maki. What was it?
Mako.
Mako.
Yeah, get Uncle Mako, dude. That guy would have been a great grandpa for this. We're talking about previous episodes, sidekicks. I see you look confused. Or is that
Which
just your
you should
face?
watch.
That's just what I look
I
like.
asked Ben which of these movies
It's
for
just
this.
his face.
It's just my face, sir. Calm
I
down.
asked Ben which of the movies for this month he wants to do, and I listed them all off, and he was like, "None of that means anything to me. You tell me."
I was just like, I don't know what the fuck Three Ninjas are.
So
Oh, that's right. This
obviously,
came out before you were
That's
born.
one more than two.
yeah, this came out about 11 years before Ben was born. No, not really, but
And now he wishes he wasn't born.
does anybody else here have as much experience with this movie as I did?
Yeah, I watched it a lot.
I watched
No.
this movie 10,000 times.
This is probably my second, maybe if I'm being liberal, third time.
I think
Okay.
this is like my 5th time.
like I didn't remember how much I remembered of this movie, if that makes sense. As the movie was happening, I was like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah."
So I kept getting those two like right before they drank the cup. I was like, or right before, as soon as I saw the cup
Yeah.
coming in the door, I was
no,
like,
diarrhea!
oh, I know what you're doing here.
di-
I
Diarrhea
saw
cup.
that design, the design on the cup on like a water bottle. Like
Oh,
someone-
that paper. That's a classic.
Yeah, that's
I've never
paper
seen
cup
it.
it's kind of like
design.
that purple and blue like
Yeah, the
paper cup
splash.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the splash. You'd see
It's
it on
a
like
90s
someone's
Yeah, but this is
rock.
almost that like red and orange kind of sunset with those very stiff lines. Looks like it was printed.
Yeah,
on a
Colt's
very
sweater was
early
more of the
printer.
purple and blue splash.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
I was like,
dope.
as soon as he showed up in it, I was like, dude, I want that jacket.
I wanted a
Slash
lot
shirt.
of this
He said
wardrobe.
it multiple times.
I want it. Except for
there
it
was
need to have a zipper on it. I'm
That
too
old
fat
guy,
for pullovers.
that old guy in the beginning with the trash bag, his windbreaker. I want that fucking windbreaker.
Oh, dude, that trash bag scene pissed me off because like they're living in a nice
Dude, fuck those
neighborhood.
kids.
Get
yeah,
off the
I'm like,
fucking
first of all,
sidewalk.
get off the sidewalk. But also, you're only going to do this once because everybody in this neighborhood is HOA. I'm sure.
Yep.
You're getting letters to your house.
Yeah.
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Shitbird, your tiny little shitbirds did shitbird activity on my trash bags.
Yep.
If they do it again, we will burn your house down while you're locked inside of it.
Entire
Signed,
Something like
neighborhood.
that. I've never been in HOA, so.
Love the HOA.
Love HOA XOXO.
Yours truly.
Hugs and or kisses.
Management.
Yeah.
So this movie starts out being annoying.
uh-huh.
We get a voiceover from the kids narrating, which never comes back, kind of introducing the story of like they're hanging out with their grandpa and their dad
Best
doesn't like
summer
him.
ever.
But the whole like my brothers and me, or me and my brothers, and the other one's like it's my brothers and I.
All right, grammar Nazis already kind of suck. The ones related to you are the worst.
But then you get
Tell
the
me
very
about it.
90s response of whatever.
Whatever. Oh, there's some 90s in here. You're really good. Not.
Not. Yeah, I definitely wrote that one down.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he got him.
It turns the corners of my mouth up.
There's some other 90s stuff in here, like the R word.
Yeah, right off the, not right off the bat, but I mean, pretty early when they're back at their house.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's, obviously it's not acceptable now, but this is 1992. It was literally just like, oh, my brothers are,
My brothers are hard R.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I called my brother that a lot of times.
Oh yeah, when
I
we
called my brother that a lot of times.
when we talk
I grew
about
up outside of the 90s.
the hard R, I don't think anyone's ever sitting here saying we've never said it.
You have a brother.
Yeah.
We just move
I
on.
have two.
What?
Yeah, two brothers.
I did not know this.
They're younger.
Welcome to Bencast.
Yeah. I only knew of your
All right,
older
Ben,
sister.
give us your
Yeah.
entire family history, including social security numbers. Go.
It's 500,
I was born in a test
32.
tube.
623,
That's enough numbers.
1.
Oh, man, you just got somebody's identity stolen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is somebody's social security, I'm
You
sure.
could say any number of numbers, and there's someone's social security number.
Any number of numbers. I love it. Okay, I didn't know that. I'm assuming from maternal side.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom has 5 kids. My dad has 2 kids.
How many of them are ninjas?
At least 3.
One of them is Jewish. So
So are you trying to?
So
Are
he
you
is
trying to
no,
say
like they are. He's the black sheep. He could be anything, and we would never know.
We're learning a lot about the McBride family. Apparently, if
Yeah,
you're
we
Jewish, you're the black sheep.
So anyway,
All right.
Jewish
well,
people don't
thank
have
you.
much to do with this movie. Although that guy pretending to be Saudi Arabian in a few minutes might have been a Jewish
Oh,
guy. I
oh,
couldn't
yeah.
tell what that. I don't know, but
As
That
soon
was
as he
very
stepped
funny.
out, I was like, okay, all right.
I was like, is this racist?
so
I think this is
like
racist.
it's almost like the dictator level racism.
Yeah.
No, she goes, "Is that racist?" And then it turns out they're cops, and Ben goes, "Yep, it's racist."
No, it's okay to be racist if you're trying to arrest somebody. It's a rule. It's in the
in the Fed's
Constitution. It's in the Fed's book.
Is that like
like
the
Facebook.
FBI's version of Facebook?
It's like
Yeah.
Facebook, but
Yeah.
they don't have to post anything. We already know what you're doing.
Ooh.
You just join, and then everybody's watching you. It's a live stream of your life, kind of like Facebook. So we get to the beginning, and it's Grandpa training these kids in the fog because you can't learn karate if it's not foggy.
Oh hell
Right.
no! You ever tried? You look ridiculous.
And then like during this like training montage, they definitely attack their grandpa dressed like ninjas.
Try to murder him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're throwing ninja stars
they
at him.
literally, he's going probably 20 miles an hour. He has to stop
Because Tum Tum
within
releases.
10 feet because Tum Tum drops from a tree on a gravel road. That kid is dead.
Yep.
Like,
I love that
kid
they're
is
like, "We
dead.
almost got you, Grandpa," and he's like, "Yeah, no, I almost killed you, you little fat shit."
He's like,
Yeah.
Michael, in a few more minutes, or if I didn't stop, your name would have been Pancake.
Yeah.
Which great name for this ninja.
Which, I mean, it's a great name for Tum Tum.
Yeah.
If his name is Pancake from birth, You don't have another ninja name to choose from.
No, Pancake would.
We were gonna give you a code name, but your name is Pancake, so we're
People
gonna
don't
stick with
believe that.
Pancake.
We'll just change it to Waffle.
We're not
It won't be
topping
too
that.
confusing. And when Grandpa escapes by using a smoke bomb, and he's got the humor in this is mostly so stupid. I mean, I know it's a kids movie, but because he appears in the tree and he's like, next time attack me in a non-smoking section.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he gives them 2 lessons. He's like, lesson 1, don't
start a fight you can't finish.
Thank you. Don't start a fight you can't win.
There
Not
you
even
go.
finish.
Win.
Just win. And then what's the second lesson? Don't climb a tree with thorns in it. And then grabs his little keister,
And
meester.
then, one of the kids is like, how did you get up there? And he said, it wasn't easy.
I was waiting for, I said that out loud when I was watching it. How did you get up there? It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy.
Well, when he's like, ow, there's thorns in my butt, the kids have this terrible fake laugh. Ha 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 ha
They have to
ha
laugh,
ha.
otherwise you won't laugh. Kids need a laugh track too.
Yeah.
The script just says ha 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 ha. They were just reading it.
They put little capitalizations on it to know when to go up. Ha, ha, ha,
Inflection.
ha. Thank you.
So then he has this little mask ceremony where he gives them their robes. They're not gis. These are just
Yeah, it's
bathrobes.
Also, he's a little shit. What are these ugly masks for?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
fuck those
traditional
kids.
mask. Shut up.
And then fucking Colt turns around. He's like, "Oh, my grandpa made this mask and hand painted it. I'm just gonna spray paint this shit white so these guys think I'm a ghost."
Yeah,
He had to
that's
blend
done.
in. They were all wearing the masks.
Well, Grandpa
had
doesn't
to
know he
blend
did
into
that because he
room.
ends up throwing it away. So
Yeah.
fuck
They
Grandpa,
broke
I guess.
it.
They broke
They took my
it.
mask.
And then we get introduced to the bad guy Snyder, and this is when we have that FBI guy pretending to be like a Saudi Arabian guy or something. He's got the kafia thing on, whatever it's called, with the band and the fabric. Everybody knows what I'm
down.
talking about.
It's some brown face.
Yeah, not even brown face. He's like, look, I've got the kafia and I've got a mustache. I must be Saudi Arabian.
Yeah, that mustache is terrible.
If I
to me.
wasn't Jamaican, why would I wear this hat?
And this guy Snyder is definitely he wants to be Terry Silver. This little fucking
Down to the
1,000%.
ponytail, bad guy karate. He loves being a bad guy. He mentions that
numerous times.
So this is another example of what did we do? We did another movie where it was growing up or whatever. I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Bad guys have weird sidekicks and stuff. But this is a movie where, as a
Phantom.
kid, because as a kid, I'm like, yeah, this bad guy, he's a ninja, so he's got ninjas. Whatever. I'm watching this as an adult, and I'm like, what crime lord has a team of ninjas?
All ninjas.
Aside from the Shredder.
They do everything for him, too. At one point, when he pulls up to his boat, which we'll get to, there's ninjas waiting to hand him beverages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like these, if I'm signed up to be a ninja and you're like, hey, give me a juice when I pull up, I'm done being a ninja. Like, there's got to be somebody else on this boat that can get you your juice.
But no one can do it as quietly.
Oh, that's what it
That's
is.
a
Like, I got a
ninja.
killer headache.
Yeah,
I
like
want you to
you'll-
give me some juice and don't make a fucking peep.
Like a bartender might clink the glasses together. A ninja will give you a drink you didn't even know you wanted.
Bartender's going to ask about your day.
Yeah.
And a ninja's not going to say a fucking
A
word.
ninja will be in the shadows making sure you don't fall off your stool.
If he was a good ninja, that drink would have just appeared in his hand and you would never seen the ninja.
Yeah, but there's not really that many good ninjas in this movie.
Which he also does say, please train my ninjas.
Yeah, he needed the training.
no,
there's
that's,
there's one ninja who's presented as maybe being good, but then he gets blinded by hot steam. So
Yeah.
not that good.
when Snyder is like, "Oh, here's the weapons you ordered," karate chop,
Dude,
and he
the way
just
he
chops this
opens
crate.
it.
Oh,
He
fuck.
elbows it.
I'm
He's
breaking
fucking
bricks.
into it.
You should see how he eats the fucking seafood. Like, I don't go to lobster with this guy anymore.
And
I don't
they were
need those
they were
little crackers.
explosives. Like they
Yeah,
were
like-
explosives, and he's like, bah!
It's
Just,
okay.
like slamming his elbow into
Weren't
it.
It's
they
okay.
warheads?
It's the tail end. Oh, nope, that was the warhead end. Whoops. Yeah, they were some warheads of sorts.
Yeah.
They're very brightly colored.
Yes, one was very painted. Was it green and red?
It's like
They
green and
weren't
blue.
painted like they were actually for use in warfare. I mean, the ones I've seen in movies, I'm not very familiar with like rocket-propelled grenades, surprisingly. But
Is that what you're doing in your secret life?
But the ones that I've seen aren't this colorful.
if I know anything about deadly weaponry, and I don't, they're not painted like this. They're like brown or army green. Mm-hmm. Whatever.
Fucking gunmetal gray.
So then the FBI bursts in and they bust him, and you get this guy Sam Douglas, who's the dad, who's played by a guy named Alan McRae, and I was like, I know this guy from stuff. And I looked him up, and I was like, I know this guy from Three Ninjas because he's the dad in all of them.
Except.
Well, in 3 of them. I don't think he's in Kickback either.
Okay.
He's in Magic Mountain or
So
whatever.
Kickback
but-
is just all 3. Or
It's just-
all brand new cast.
Yeah.
Except
I don't
for
even think
Colt,
the
right?
grandpa
No,
is in
3
it.
was none of
No,
them.
the
I think.
grandpa is in it. The grandpa's in number 2.
Do you know something else
I think.
Victor Wong is in that's a friend that's going to be a friend of this show?
No.
He did at least one episode of the Beauty and the Beast show.
Of course
Did he?
did.
Yep. I was going because I wanted to look at his line of work, and he's only got about 34 roles total on IMDb. Yeah, very low number.
Okay. He's one of those guys I didn't even look up because I was like, look, I know these 3 things that
Yeah.
he was in for
Oh, you know
sure,
the
so.
you know the big 2.
Yeah. So this guy did play JR on Dallas.
Okay.
But he's in like 5 episodes, and I never saw Dallas, but I know like the Who Shot JR is like a big thing. I was
Yeah.
like, wouldn't JR be like an important character? Like a 238 episode show, he was in 5.
Maybe he's JR Jr.
That's what she said. Maybe he's like
Yeah,
kid
the
JR
younger
or-
version.
JR.
Or they just talk about JR and he was only in 5 episodes. So.
I guess it could
Did
be
you just
like
visualize it?
No, it's-
it could be
No,
like
no,
with Desperate Housewives where the dead chick is narrating it, or
Oh,
like
yeah.
or like Twin Peaks, who killed Laura Palmer and then like she's dead in the first episode, but that's like the thing of the show. I mean, she's in a lot of it because flashbacks and stuff, but whatever. I don't know.
Well then.
Good show, not this show, movie, whatever it is.
Not, you can call it whatever you want. It's not cinema. It's not art.
Oh, and he's got a good bad guy line. He's on the roof and he's escaping. He's like, "Love to stay and chat, but I gotta fly." And this helicopter comes in.
He had another one as well. I'm blanking on it, but he had a couple like quick, like zippy one-liners. I was like, all right, I like this, and then he kind of
oh, it was like
left the
when he,
Slid it
said,
movie
away?
for a little bit.
when he said, "I love being the bad guy."
I mean, that wasn't it, but that's another one. I mean, for like 10 minutes, he was trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger in Batman and Robin.
It's funny you say that because what is the next scene we cut to?
Oh, when they're talking about that Bruce Lee could beat the shit out of Arnold Schwarzenegger, which he could.
I mean, he probably could, but if Arnold gets one bear paw on you,
Yeah, that's one of
he's
those things. Yeah,
Please.
Do you ever see Game of Thrones? How the mountain just destroyed the viper?
exactly. But I don't think Bruce Lee would toy with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He would know.
Depends on the amount of coke he's had.
Bruce Lee is not Pedro Pascal.
All right,
He might be.
it might be. Pedro Pascal is that good.
We do get exhibition. That's not right.
Exposition.
Exposition. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. I haven't even been drinking yet.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
You've never done one of these sober.
I've never been drinking yet.
I've never drank yet.
Said the sober
Basically,
man.
he's Snyder's talking to his sidekick Brown, who I don't know he's nobody really. His guy
Yeah, I
named
looked him-
I've seen
Joel
him in
Sweetown.
things.
He looked
played-
super
he-
familiar to me, but I could not find a thing I gave a shit about.
He was in Kidding, which is what I might recognize him from. Kidding was a really great show with Jim Carrey, where it's like later. It's more recent Jim Carrey, so it's like
Okay.
serious but funny. Jim Carrey plays like a children's show host that's basically.
Oh, I
losing
saw
his
the first
fucking mind.
episode of that.
Great show, fucking awesome show. But he plays a rabbi on that, so maybe that's why I thought I recognized him. But I don't know. But basically, we find out that Moru Tanaka, who's the grandpa, was partners with Snyder and trained him, and that Douglas, the cop, is the father of the kids, and he hates karate.
He hates martial arts in
He
general.
hates ninjas. He thinks it's a stupid game.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be part of it.
He doesn't like ninja culture.
Oh, I remember
He's
the
very
second.
against. He's very Asia-phobic.
Very.
I remember the first one-liner he has that I was trying to remember. It's when the cops got everybody surrounded, and all of a sudden the ninjas come down with ropes behind him, and then he's like, "Thanks for dropping by or dropping in."
Yeah.
It's like, oh
Okay.
man, he's got a good one-liner, and then the flying away. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but then he just kind of farts away.
Yep, he's out of this movie until the end.
Yeah. We cut back to him a couple times, but it's like he shot all of his scenes in this office all at once, and he's just basically the whole time he's just either talking shit to or beating up on his sidekick.
Brown.
Yeah, he's like, "I need those boys. Get me pictures of those boys.
Have a seat.
Yeah.
Have a seat right here.
Get me those little boys. I want them now.
I want
Give me
pictures of
those
those
fucking
boys.
boys."
And we have his his muscle, his like oddball or odd job.
Did you look
if
up this
will.
dude's name on IMDb?
Professor Toru Tanaka.
You
And he
betcha.
so that's his character. His name is Toru Tanaka, I guess, but his character, he was a WWF wrestler.
Yeah.
That's where the professor comes in. but that is his IMDb credit, is Professor Toru Tanaka.
Maybe he changed his name.
I definitely knew this dude as the butler in Pee-wee.
Yeah, he's
Pee-wee's
the
Big
butler in
Adventure.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He's like a muscle. He's muscle. He plays like large Asian man or something.
Yeah.
Is the credit in Last Action Hero. He's in The Running Man with Schwarzenegger
Sub-Zero.
also. Yeah,
That's
So-
right.
and he will be in an episode we're doing soon called Dead Heat
Don't go anywhere, fella.
with Treat Williams and our friend Joe Piscopo.
Treat Williams. Dude, I'll tell you what, Joe Piscopo as this bad guy, I'm in. Joe Piscopo energy from Sidekick needs to be put into this bad guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
because this movie is much more of a cartoon than Sidekicks was.
Yeah, dude, Joe Piscopo would have been right at home with his just blah, and his just everything. The Asian character he did might not need to come with him.
No, I don't think that would come.
Yeah, he's already appropriating the culture. He doesn't need to do the face paint and stuff.
The noises.
So then we cut back to the kids at the grandpa's house still. So no, we didn't have that conversation about Schwarzenegger yet, but it doesn't matter because they're at the grandpa's house still, and they have this disgusting dinner scene. They're just flip-flapping food around the fucking kitchen.
I'll have no part of it.
Yeah, fuck these kids.
Yeah.
I fucking hate these kids,
Fuck
dude.
these kids. Sit in the corner. Get in the chair. We've got the
seat.
place
Have a
surrounded.
seat. Yeah, dude, fucking Tum Tum's cooking and just throwing around what looks like some sort of frittata. I don't know exactly what he's
It's
making.
like it's all stuck together, but
It was like a noodle base.
yeah, it's like
Okay.
shitty ramen that maybe he cooked too much, so it's all stuck together. I don't know.
It was like
It's-
ramen casserole, maybe.
It was like
It's fucking
ramen.
gross.
Yeah, it was ramen.
but so he
casserole.
throws them, and then I think we got Colt, I believe,
I think
catching
both of them are
I just
catching
saw
them.
Rocky chopping carrots because I had to step away for a minute.
Okay,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's,
well, you
it's
missed
gross.
out on a really awesome part of the movie.
Yeah, best part of the movie. Not get it. Not.
Get it?
Not.
All right, and then we
Oh, but he
meet the
blasts his uncle in the face with noodles.
yes,
Little shithead.
he blasts his uncle in the face with noodles. Have a
And
seat.
he has to sit himself down.
Isn't it his grandpa?
Or
Whatever.
grandpa. Yes.
Calls him uncle when he's slapping him with noodles. Not really.
Call me uncle.
Call me,
Have a seat.
slap me in the face with some of that pad thai and call me uncle.
So then they get attacked by limo ninjas.
Yep.
Question mark.
Yep.
Also, these guys are definitely like Foot Clan because these ninja outfits that they're wearing are like they're black, but they have purple in them, and then they have like these visors
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
are just
what
fogging
was
up
with
throughout the
Those
whole
are
movie.
skydiving goggles, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Those are ninja bubbles.
It helps you in case you're running really fast with your arms behind you,
Well,
like
it's-
Naruto.
It's
Yeah.
to stop them from getting hit with pepper bombs.
Oh, so, you know what? This man right here put some thought into
'Cause
it.
Snyder's a cheating fuck, and he carries those around all the time.
Damn right. Well, it's not really cheating in Ninja.
There's no cheating in
There isn't,
ninja.
like-
He knows the weaponry that Grandpa uses.
Yeah, that you're not
So-
wrong.
So he learned his enemy, and thusly every ninja ever.
These ninjas are equipped with face shields and rubber swords.
Uh-huh.
Because this fight scene, and Ben pointed it out too, it was like they're swinging these swords and these things are just flopping back and forth like limp dicks.
It's it's because you got kids in this. You can't just have even like a fake sword.
well, and then
you
one of
know,
them
like
even
a
says,
dull
I think,
one.
I think it's Rocky that's like, he's like, I don't know if those were real ninjas. And Rocky's like, those were real swords. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, they weren't.
No?
Unless you have your swords on some kind of like base where they can wiggle. I don't know.
How's that going to help anybody?
I don't know.
Worst sword ever.
And why does Tum Tum sit on a dude's chest and then tap him and go face?
I think it's supposed to be like in your face.
Okay.
That's what I took from it, like that very 90s, like, ooh, face.
Okay.
But-
Because that's all I could think was, yes, that is his face. Good job.
I wish we would have counted. Well, there's no body count for the most part.
No.
but I wish we
One
would have
ninja
counted
dies for sure.
nut shots.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I halfway through the movie, I was like, should have counted Hayaz.
No,
That's
there's-
like counting bodies in a Rambo
exactly.
movie.
You can't count that many hayas. I can't count that hiya.
You know what I am? You know what? I'm going to post it on
I can't
Facebook.
count any hiya.
I'm going to post it on Facebook.
much higher? Sorry.
Sorry. Go on.
I'm going to post it on Facebook, and I'm going to make you guys watch it when we're done here. There is a supercut on YouTube of every Haya in this movie. And it's 3 minutes and 7 seconds long.
Why do you hate me?
This
'Cause we're
movie?
worse
We are
people.
going to
This-
sit through this.
This movie is 84 minutes long, including credits, and
Felt-
3 of those
felt
minutes
longer.
are Haya.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
It's a lot of Haya.
Their hayas accompanied with ass whoopings.
Sometimes. Later on in the movie, they're on like a stairwell, and they just go Haya, And then the ninjas turn around. I'm like, well, you just gave up your
That's not
element of
very
surprise.
ninja-like.
That's a very warning shot, hi-ah.
That is. Fire one over their head. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now they know we mean business.
It must have been the wind.
So the win. Yeah. So Snyder and Grandpa have like a very menacing discussion on the bridge, and the kids are like, "Man, Grandpa sure seemed friendly with that guy," and I'm like, "No, he didn't."
Yeah.
You could see the tension.
They misunderstand this throughout the whole fucking movie, and
Yeah.
it comes to something at the end for a minute and a half. That
Yeah.
You're like, you are just idiots.
Yeah, our Grandpa must be a bad guy.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
There is a point to fast forward. There's a point in this movie they think the grandpa betrayed them and is gonna like kill them.
Yeah.
Grandpa sold us out.
You sold us out.
I
bro.
wish, dude.
If I was this grandpa, I would have sold you down the river.
I would have
No,
just
Grandpa,
sold you.
don't throw it at me. Yeah.
So he teaches them like magic pressure points. So this is the what Colt's karate chop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he's got this dummy, and this was one of those scenes where I was like fucking Vietnam flashbacks because that's how bad this is. But there's this like weird, this terrifying scarecrow dummy that he's like, okay, if you
pillow
hit these certain
monster.
points.
It's a light up pillow monster.
It's terrifying. If that thing walked into your room,
Oh, I would have to have a
With its
seat.
red glowing eyes.
it would only glow if you hit it in the right spot. If
That's
you're
how you
off
know.
by a half an inch.
That's how you
doesn't
know you're
hurt.
doing it right.
It doesn't even, it
If
doesn't
the eyes
even
light up,
tickle.
that's a good
I
thing.
love how one of the pressure points, by the way, that he teaches them
Is
on this dummy is the
the
balls.
balls.
But when Tum Tum is practicing, he kicks the balls and the lights don't go off. It's like what you were to the left of the balls.
no, he
hit
split it
gooch.
right down the middle. Like, you got to pick a lane
Like,
here.
it tests for toes and gooch.
Yeah.
Like you can't just hit the balls. Like you
Yeah.
have to go all the way up there.
Oh man, you might need to have a seat after that one.
Oh, what do you mean? It's a fucking
Getting all the
he's
way
a
up
pillow
there.
man.
All right, that's
He's
true.
not a pillow
It's
boy.
all gooch.
That's all Steve Guchenberg up there.
Dude, there's only gooch.
So we get another very
Stanley
90s.
Gucci.
Stanley Gucci. Yes.
Love it.
We get another very 90s scene when Grandpa's taking them home and they're singing their the 90s version of On Top of Old Smoky, where they
All
talk about
covered
murdering
with
their
blood.
teacher.
Shot my teacher with a 44. They said stud, but I thought it was supposed to be slug.
I always said slug growing
Yeah.
up. This was a thing that I knew. And I don't know if I knew it from this movie. I probably did.
Probably sounds like it.
Or if it's just one of those things that went around between kids, yeah. On Top of Old Smoky, all covered in blood, I shot my poor teacher with a 44 slug.
Yep.
Nice.
1990.
That's not the one I
This
knew.
is pre-1999,
Yours is probably worse.
when people started talking about shooting teachers a little more seriously.
Well, it's casual. Just kids being kids, really.
Yeah, now it's all competitive, and they got
Yeah.
they got a ranking
One
system.
up each other.
Try and kill more than I killed.
Yeah, it's like, what, you gonna kill more teachers than me? I got like 6 teachers.
Well, there's like a whole thread. There's like a whole thread on 4chan about who can kill the most teachers.
Who can? Who
Out of the
can?
3 ninjas?
No, now. There was no 4chan back then. There was really no internet.
There was 3 Hayas.
That's 4 ninjas.
There were 3 ninjas. No 4chans. They're all Americans, huh?
Yeah, they're all American, not Chan.
4chan's sounds so
She
racist.
took her
dude.
husband's name.
What were you saying, wife?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing after that.
I was saying is do the shooters, the school up shooters, with how much there have
Did you
been.
say school up shoot?
School up shooters.
School up shooters. You know what?
Strike that.
That's a band.
Reverse it.
No, because that's a band name, and I'm going to go see them soon.
But do you think they have their own wing in a prison now? Because
Why
there's
would they?
so many. Just fucking be with your shooters.
That way
Oh,
it's
like,
that's why it's an
how
easier-
the chomos have to be
Yeah.
separated.
It's an easier
Yeah.
way. You just put them all in there, and that's an easier place for the guy who would be labeled a terrorist but would be a hero who breaks in and shoots all of them.
Exactly.
There's a movie.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, 3 prisoners.
Like a guy breaking into a prison.
Just
would
to
play
kill
him?
school shooters.
Just only to
Well,
end
the problem
up in
is-
that same prison.
the
would
problem with
play
that
him?
is most
Yeah.
of the school shooters don't
Stanley
go to jail.
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah.
All right.
The problem with that is most school shooters don't go to jail.
Why not?
They shoot. They either kill
misunderstood.
themselves or they get killed by the police.
Oh,
Aw.
It's probably a cover.
your sad face.
That's just his face, wouldn't he?
I just-
That's just my face. It's
I
sad.
told you guys
it's
when
sad
I
and confused.
when I used the AI thing to try to make pictures of us, I was like, how do you describe Ben? And I was like, a melancholy young man with a beard. And it was like sad
Perfect.
face. And I was like, yeah, that's Ben.
There it is.
A handsome feller.
That's Ben if he was also like a model for beard oil.
You could be. Look at that thing.
It's gorgeous.
It's all right. I'm getting there. One day I'll look like that.
One day
With
you'll
the
be
gray?
gray like
One
this.
day I'll be gray like him.
So they get home and the dad is okay. This really confused me. This dad, I think, is getting out of the car to go home because
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
I need
He's like,
these ballistics reports and I need this and I need that, and he's
Remind
telling
me
his
of the meeting
sidekick.
at 6.
Yeah, and then like the kids are talking to him, and maybe he's just like, oh fuck these kids, because they're all talking to him and they just keep complaining, and he
Like,
just gets in the
"Dad,
car. He's like, I gotta
Dad."
go.
They've been gone all
Drive,
summer,
Jerry, drive.
and they're so excited to see their dad. And he's like, "Fuck off! I don't want to see you guys."
He never sees him the first
He's
day
like,
after they
I
get
need
back
those
from
reports.
Grandpa's.
Actually, I have to work right now, kids.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Beep, 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 beep. My beeper just went off. You just made that noise with
No,
your
I
mouth,
didn't.
Dad. No, I didn't.
Beep,
That's-
beep. That's my
a-
beeper.
That's
you
a
know what
box
it's
of
like?
Junior Mints in your hand, Dad. It's not a beeper.
Is that how growing up was for you?
No, he wasn't there.
He's just got one of those bubblegum
He left to
beepers.
get Junior Mints.
He left to
and never
get
came
Junior. My dad left to give forensics and never came back.
I need those ballistic reports. I'll be right back.
And then, just me and it was just 3 gingers. Just kidding. There's no other redheads. That'd be great,
Really?
though.
You're the only one?
Oh, yeah.
You're the special one.
That's definitely true.
This scene has one of my few like legitimate kind of laughs in the movie, because it's one of the times when a little shitheel kid is doing shitheel things, but it's funny.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh,
Rocky
right.
is talking to Emily because he loves her, and they have this very awkward conversation. And Tum Tum is just sitting in the car looking back and forth like he's watching a tennis match, and he's just laughing at his brother. And then like when he gets like Rocky's like, I gotta go, and she's like, so do I. And Tum Tum gets out of the car and he's just like, later.
So do I. No, he says so do I also. And then he's like, later.
Tum Tum's not the worst actor.
No, I mean
Like,
he's the one who did the least work. I think this
He's
was it. but-
fine. Not great.
So Snyder practices his karate on Brown, as we mentioned.
The worst person on this boat
Yeah.
to have hold your pads for you. You're
Yeah.
surrounded by ninjas and also Professor Muscles.
Also, I think he did it to make himself feel better because this guy is clearly not.
Yeah, and I'm not arguing that he's doing that for sure, but there's
Yeah.
a better way to do it, man. Beat
Beat
up
him up?
somebody stronger. You know,
You've got that fucking brick wall man standing there.
Yeah.
Practice on him, because you know it's not
Professor
going to hurt him
Muscles.
any of your hits.
Dude, those
he's
pads
gonna
won't
be
move.
fine.
He doesn't even need to hold up the pads. You just practice on him, and he's just like,
I felt a breeze.
And that's happening while they're talking about how they have to get rid of these kids or something. And so it cuts back and forth real quick. So we get introduced to these stoner dudes, these like surfer guys.
because they want the kids to blackmail the guy,
Yeah,
but the
that's what
FBI
it
is
is.
watching every move they're making. It's like, so the feds know where you are?
Yeah.
Because they would just come get you.
Yeah, because that's what the dad was mad about in the first place. The partner's like, hey, we got all the stuff. We got everything. This is great. And he's like, but we didn't get fucking Terry Silver.
We didn't get Terry, forever Terry Silver
Yes.
for the rest of this episode. Come on now, guy.
I mean, his name is Snyder Silver. He was trying. Did you recognize the nephew?
So the three stoners, the one turns out is Brown's nephew. Right?
So I know the main guy,
Yeah.
Fester.
Fester.
I recognize him from summer school. I didn't
Oh,
look
okay.
him
He
up.
was in summer school.
I just
wasn't
know him from summer school.
He was
as one
also
of
in
the-
Jag.
he's like a main character
Oh,
in
I
Jag.
never
He was
watched
in almost
Jag.
all of that. I didn't watch it. She did. She asked. She's like, "Is that guy from Jag?" I was like, "Why would I know that?"
Yeah, I
Watched
just-
I'm
it with
under
my
70.
mommy.
I didn't look him up because I figured he probably has this and what I say, summer school, and then
Oh, he's the only
shows
one
like Jag.
He's the only one of the 3 stoners who has a picture on IMDb.
Oh, really?
The guy who was, I don't know if
Dude?
he was like, no, not Dude, the other one, Hammer. The guy who was
Hammer?
like Hawaiian maybe or something like
the
that.
darker hair dude is definitely
he-
Hammer.
I say Hawaiian because he's a surfer guy and he's got the darker, I don't know. He's got the darker hair and stuff. But that guy was played by a guy named DJ Harder, which is maybe the second coolest name we've ever had on this podcast.
That's a great
Yes.
name.
And turns out he was actually also the like second assistant camera or something on this movie. He does behind the cameras,
Oh, okay.
behind the camera work. So he still works, but he's not an actor.
He was better acting than Emily.
He's fucking
He was also-
light years better than
He was
Emily.
also an adult.
Well, child actors.
I
yeah,
want to
no.
just put that out there.
Child
he was also
actors-
a grown fucking man.
I understand that, but child actors, they're generally not that great. Emily was
She was painful.
really bad.
Super painful.
Like every
Yeah.
time something happens, she's just got the same expression on her face, which is minor confusion and terror.
Thanks for showing off.
And
Go fuck
surprisingly,
yourself.
she hasn't done much else. She does like produce stuff now, I guess, but she really hasn't. She did like 3 or 4 movies, and then she's just like, I'm gonna stay behind the camera because I can't act.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, she learned.
I can tell you what not to do. You want to see how you shouldn't do this scene?
I can give you the worst.
You want to see how you
line
shouldn't
reading
do
of
this
your
scene?
life.
Can you guys roll the playback? Okay, see that? Do the other thing.
Don't do that.
So they're like, these guys are like acting like bumbling stoners. Well, they are bumbling stoners,
Yeah,
but they're here.
They're not acting, buddy.
They're here to rob this convenience store. Like they're looking at this magazine, and you think they're looking at a centerfold. They're like, oh,
Because
I'd
it's
ride
Alec
that.
centerfold.
Yeah, I'd ride that so hard. Da, da, da. And it's like, oh, it's
On
a surfboard.
desolate beach.
It's a kid's movie.
Yeah,
This is a kid's
that joke
movie.
was for the parents.
Oh, was it?
I don't
For the
know.
stepdads.
And they end up robbing the store after like. He's like, oh, you go get the frozen juice concentrate, and you go get the nachos, and you give me all your fucking money, bruh.
Yeah, bro, we're robbing this place.
Open the fucking register.
It's very much like, what's the turtle's name in Finding Nemo? Crush?
Yes.
Donatello.
Yeah, Donatello. Well, it's okay. So one's Michelangelo, one's Crush, and you find me some other party turtle. And that's the third one.
There's got to be another party turtle out there.
You know what this is? This is the 3 ninjas from another dimension that, like, the dad made him stop training with Grandpa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is what happened because
They stopped training and they started smoking weed.
Well, I don't blame him there.
They found guns and they put down the bow staff.
And speaking of guns, this blonde idiot's got the gun in his mouth while he's opening up a bag of Cheetos or something like
Oh,
that.
That's a
my
lot of
goodness.
weight. in
We're
your mouth.
robbing you, bro. And yeah.
That guy
He's-
basically-
he's like gripping 5 pounds in his mouth.
Like, why wouldn't you just use your mouth to open the Cheetos?
What
don't
is
wanna
this little
spill 'em,
snub nose,
dude.
by the way?
What's what?
What is this little snub nose?
It's probably a little 38.
Okay.
Little snub nose 38.
Every gun in this movie is a revolver,
Uh-huh.
and when we do see them, there are a couple like assault rifles, like maybe M4s or whatever they're called towards the
yeah,
end.
but
That's
all the
very
handguns appear to be revolvers.
Yeah, and they definitely shoot more than 6 bullets every time they actually are fired. Like the cop at the FBI agent at the beginning shoots at least 8 times.
Yeah.
It's a magic revolver.
It's a movie revolver, right?
It's a
Had-
movie
had
revolver.
Kids
two
can't
secret
count.
in the heel. The handle.
It's like Dirty Harry, except you
handle.
don't have to keep track of anything.
So these guys' names are Fester, Marcus, and Hammer, and I'm pretty sure
Mark,
Marcus.
I didn't catch Marcus at all.
I got it out of the credits. I
Okay.
don't know, but I'm pretty sure Marcus was dude.
Yes.
Because
Dude.
this
He's a
guy
blonde
literally
guy.
only says dude in the entire movie, except for when they're talking about synchronizing their watches that they don't
Radical.
have, and they just say awesome. And he might have to. He might say he has to take a shit too. I don't
He's
know.
probably like, yeah, he did. Well, he was.
The other guy says I got to take a huge dump, but then I don't know if this guy
I don't
just
even
goes
know if that
dude.
guy- yeah.
I don't know.
We got to remember the number 623. I'll
Oh.
remember 6, you remember 2, and you remember 3.
now you have to
Also-
remember what order they're in too.
But, like, did that come to anything? I thought
Yeah,
for
no.
sure they were going to go to the wrong house.
No, because they say when they're parked outside the house in their van, which says "Die Yuppie Scum" on it, they're sitting outside and they say 623 Pacheco. So like that's how they found the house.
Yeah.
they do remember it. So it
what I
comes
meant
to-
was I thought it was going to be them going to the wrong,
Wrong
house,
house,
like
yeah.
kicking the door in, and it's like some old ladies playing canasta, like, bro, dude, yo.
oh, this is 326.
We're the fucking
All right,
kids, bro.
Let's smash some tail real quick and then go pick up these kids. Couple of blue-haired beauty bombers, bro.
No, but when the kids leave for school, it clearly focuses on the address, and it's 580.
Yeah, the mailbox is sitting there and it says 580 right on it.
That's a really smart federal agent. He's trying to throw everybody off.
He's like, I don't know why we never get our mail. Oh, that's right. So this is when we get the famous Rocky loves Emily.
Rocky loves
They have
Emily.
they have a fucking can on a string on a boom.
It's like a,
Okay,
it's
so
like
it's
a
like
desk
this.
lamp. But it's
Yeah.
like one of the old desk lamps, but it's a can. Now, if I remember my science correctly, and I don't, the can with the string thing has to be tight, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what the arm thing is for, because they have the can on there and then they have the string like tight on it.
It
maybe.
is.
But then it would be interrupted by something at some point too.
It's gonna
It would be
loosen
on
it.
an elbow, which would make it lose its vibration.
You
which would
can't
make
grab
not
it
get
and
the
move it the
sound.
way these guys are.
No.
You
No.
shouldn't be able to. You can, because here we are.
So yeah, Rocky is talking to Emily, who lives like next door to them or
Rocky
behind them or
talks to
something.
Yeah,
She was like down the fucking road.
I think she's the next
Like
house.
when
I
they were
know.
no, when they were like driving back.
Well, she was down the road hanging out with friends, but I think she lives next door because they show them like that's the only way this can thing would
I
Yeah,
think she's
it
the
can
next
only
house.
work for next door neighbors.
Oh.
This is my string theory. She lives next door.
And then this is when she's like,
Okay.
"What's all that noise?" Even though she can clearly hear Rocky Loves Emily. And this is when he's like, "My brothers are R-worded."
Yep. I mean, yeah, siblings. You're allowed to call your siblings whatever you want. Just don't be in a movie when you do it.
I was super nice to all of my siblings all of the time.
Bullshit.
I never once told my 5-year-old brother I was going to kill him when
Yeah.
I was 15.
I definitely didn't grow up telling my brother that he was adopted.
I didn't grow up.
My sister and I definitely did not chase each other with knives or drown each other or set each other on fire.
Drown each other.
I always told.
yeah.
See, mine wasn't
In the
nearly as
desert?
bad.
A
I
little
just
playful waterboarding.
Oh no, I was stuck under in the 8-foot deep pool in the middle of the winter with my bicycle on top of me.
Oh, man.
Fully clothed. And my sister just pointing and laughing at me.
Hey, sister, let's go play Edward Knifey Hands.
Oh, the 80s.
mine wasn't nearly as bad. I just told my brother that he was abandoned by his family, and then it grew up in a swamp, and my parents adopted him.
I think he believed you at
And
some
he
point.
had no
didn't he?
recollection of the swamp.
I could have caused him some.
That's why
major-
mom and dad named you Joe Dirt and me Nunamaker.
It's Deer Tay.
Say, don't try and church it up, boy.
So they're waiting outside the house to kidnap the kids, and then Dad shows up for some reason with a bunch of feds, and they pull up like they're raiding the house.
Did you check out? I guess it's his number 2, the black fella,
Yeah,
Clifton Powell.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a guy that I swear to God has been in a lot of crap.
Yeah, well, he's been in. He was in Ray, for sure, the movie
okay,
Ray.
yeah.
And he's in at least 2 Friday movies as Pinky,
Okay.
where he's a very dressed in all pink, big Jerry curl fro.
He got it. He's got like a tooth.
okay.
Yeah, and he
the
drives a
tooth.
pink
That's the
cat.
guy
He
I was
has a
talking
record
about.
store in what is that? The second one,
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. It
think
doesn't
so.
matter. I love the actor.
the second one, the one with where the his uncle or whatever has the pool.
Yep.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Also, the reason I love this actor is because I've forever thought that he was the Jeff in Miami Connection,
Oh,
and it's not him at all.
that's right.
my father.
I found my father.
I thought he
I
played
scared
Martin
the
Luther
dog.
King Jr. on one day.
Just one day he played him.
Just
one
one day.
day.
Like he
No, I
woke
thought
up,
he
he's
was
like, I think I'm gonna play Martin Luther King Jr.
Like
today.
I thought he had like a little small part as him and something.
But anyway, so they don't want to go in because the feds are there.
Oh, bro,
And,
totally
like-
harshing our minds here.
Tomorrow's another day, and those what does he say? Those little dudes are ours. I'm like,
Have a seat.
Have a
Goddamn
seat, and not
seat.
in the back of your disgusting van. As
like-
a van enthusiast,
Pizza crust.
every
bouncing
time they're
around.
eating like this, the dude guy has Chinese food,
and then
and he's like, "All right, see you later," and throws it behind him. You know, it's not empty. And then the next morning, the fuck Fester says, "I'll catch you later, Muffin Man," and throws his muffin.
yeah.
He says this.
He
But,
does.
oh, you know what? I just heard it. I'll catch you later, Muffin Man. They go back there and eat that later.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, he knows. He knows
Gross.
the Muffin Man.
Yeah. Do you want to stop and get some food, bro? We got all kinds of muffins and half-eaten Chinese food back here.
and the pizza man.
A pizza, bro.
Look, we're in California. This van's cool. This food isn't getting
It's a
disgusting.
beautiful
and warm.
Volkswagen bus. Do not let roaches and rats move in.
And they paint dye yuppie scum on the front, but they painted it in such a way that when you're looking at the van, you can read it. If you really wanted to have that on there, you would be painting it backwards so that the yuppie scum in front of you sees it in their rearview mirror.
Yep. I put.
By the way, the people he's working for are yuppies. This
Yeah.
Terry Silver motherfucker is like the definition of yuppie.
Outside of the fact that he's on a boat secret hideout, everything else is yuppie.
Well, yuppies have boats, but this is not that kind of
This
boat.
is not that kind of boat. Most yuppies don't have a boat full of ninjas. Usually it's full of semen.
No, they're just like they're like mercenaries for yuppies.
Okay.
I'm picking up
Ninjas,
what
like
you're putting down.
mercenaries for yuppies.
Yeah, man. I mean, they all work for yuppies, huh?
So we have like
We
that
all do.
shitty like morning chaos thing that's in every kid's movie that just it makes me. It's one of the reasons I grew up going, man, I don't want kids.
Oh, before that though, it's nothing. It's just to show how in sync these kids are. There's a little red light that shows their mom's coming.
Oh,
and they
yeah,
all
yeah.
snap to real quick.
Which
I
comes
wanted,
back to-
I wanted one more thing though. I wanted them to like jump in their bed and be like, "Oh, the TV's still on," and Tum Tum flick a jelly bean or throw his shoe and turn
Yeah,
it off. You
that
know,
would've
just a
been
little
awesome.
extra, a
Just a
little
little
sauce,
extra.
little sauce on there
Show
for
that
me.
he's a fucking little sugar ninja.
Yeah, dude, this kid has a nighttime bag of jelly beans
Yeah.
to go to bed with,
Comfort
cavities
beans.
and diabetes.
Well, and later on, he's got that fucking red vine that's like
That
8 feet long.
rope. I had to be that
but
Australian
it's not,
kind
but
of.
it's not even no because all right. So there is like the red rope licorice that you
Yeah, but
the
it's like
long ones.
Twizzler.
But this was Twizzler brand,
Yeah.
or at least the patented
twisty
Twizzler
kind. Yeah.
ribs.
That's red vines.
Usually the
ribs
long
is
ones.
red vines.
Usually the long ones are
both.
just like the tube.
You're both.
I'm definitely a red vine. No, but
That was his username when he used to make Vine videos.
Ooh.
I never made vines,
Red Vine 82.
but I do throw rope.
8 years ago, he was fucking hot. He was just.
And then
ready.
Vine went down, and he just lost all his momentum. And TikTok came up, and it's the same thing. And
I couldn't do it though. I was like, not again.
I don't
He was
want
like
to do any
6 seconds
dances.
is not enough to helicopter my dick in the mirror. That's, and so
I
he
just
I'm
got
gonna agree.
trumped up by then.
That's not enough.
6 seconds. I'm still over here still fluffing.
I can't even, dude. You can't even get half the red vine in 6 seconds.
You can't get a good workout in 6 seconds.
Have a seat right here, guys.
No, it's okay. It's my penis.
So anyway, the kids are assholes to their mom. That's what we learn here. And they all take off, and they're going to school with Emily, and they're riding their bikes. And that's when they fucking run into that dude and dump his trash everywhere. And they're like, "Hey, get out of the way!"
I'm stabbing these kids.
Dude, if I was that guy, I would have picked up whatever the heaviest thing was in that trash can and thrown it at the closest one.
Yep.
I guarantee you he would do that today.
Yeah.
To
Just
any
Throw
kid
a
in our
rotten
fucking-
half head of fucking iceberg lettuce at this kid.
Sorry, dude. No, you're not. You're gonna be.
Come back here and pick this shit up, or I'm gonna beat you
Oh,
like your
as the
parents
mom,
should've.
as the mom was saying goodnight, I had a delightful little memory of the '90s. She's clipping on her earrings.
Oh,
But
Oh,
then,
yeah.
Then when she leaves to say goodnight, the earring falls off.
falls off.
Like you don't even know how to clip on earrings. That's rough.
That's the next night.
I can wear clip-ons.
it's when
damn
they're
it.
going to bed.
It's when
Whatever.
they leave.
Either way,
It's
her
one of
earring.
those
Doesn't
nights.
matter when
Yes.
it is. The earring fell off. And
Yes,
she's
it
an
did.
idiot. Don't take this away from me.
It was all shot at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
It was 100% awesome.
So this van is following children through the neighborhood. Sure.
Not creepy.
Go ahead and have a parking spot.
This windowless van is stalking these children, and the boys go through this like construction area where they're building new houses, and Emily is like, "I'm not going to do that," so she goes the other way, and
Should've just followed
the
Emily.
main stoner dude is actually very impressed with these kids' bike riding skills because he's like, "That's awesome."
Oh,
they're like
gnarly
jumping over
moves.
shit, yeah, and.
Slow
they're
it
like,
down.
yeah, he's like, slow it down, and they're none of them are watching the road, and I was like, well, they're gonna hit something,
Yeah.
and
Telegraph
they do.
this one.
and it's a cop.
Hit a
Bloop, bloop.
fucking parked cop car.
The bullies. So we introduced these bullies who we know are bullies because they're dressed like inner city youth.
Most of them have at least one earring.
Yeah, they're all wearing like black and white and like Raiders, and we got Raiders and the Bulls, and
It's all the gangster teams.
yeah,
The one kid is wearing a POW hat.
yeah. So the two main bullies, this
that
white
from his
kid,
stepdad.
the white kid, and the heavyset black kid.
He didn't have a stepdad.
Smalley Biggs.
Yeah, Smalley Biggs, who actually played Kid Doughboy in Boys in the Hood. So later on, when they're fucking with him, I was like, you don't fuck with this guy. You know who he grows up to be? He grows up to be Ice Cube.
This is why Ice Cube became a badass. He's like, yo, when I was younger, some little bully kid beat me up with karate.
he stole my bike.
Stole my bike, dude.
Stole my
Beat me up in front of my
Correction?
friends.
I stole his bike, and then he beat me up in front of my friend.
But then they steal their bikes back. And
From his point of view, though, he's definitely you know how these people are.
Yes.
He's
His
like, dude, I
version
was a
of the
victim,
story,
man. These three
exactly.
ninjas
Borderline
rolled up on me one
personality
day,
disorder.
and because they were with their girlfriend,
you know what they say, possession is 9/10 of the law. This was his bike.
kept punching me in the face and saying, Rocky loves Emily. I
know-
don't know who Rocky or Emily is.
You know, that's not real.
It doesn't matter. It's a saying.
Oh, it's been said so long, I think it's real now. Understanding is 9/10 of the law. Your Honor, I was led to believe that was not, in fact, illegal. Well, it is. But I was led to believe it was not.
I think this was about the 10% that led me to believe.
when did Cosby come here?
That's what I was gonna say. Your
when.
southern your southern
like a
lawyer was
Jell-O.
much more of a Cosby.
Would Your Honor be interested in having a
Jell-O
beverage?
shots.
Would you like some of my
Jell-O.
special Jello?
Pudding?
This pudding was not against the law.
You know, you should be doing
At
is
least
putting
before
people
I
in
got
jail.
to it. I don't know who put the Quaaludes in that pudding pop, but let me tell you, Your Honor, it was not me.
I hope that guy comes back.
That was just my friend. I'm just kidding. I'm not sorry.
Oh, we know you're just kidding. I don't actually think you're Bill Cosby.
I wish I was though.
And speaking,
Have a seat.
Have a scene.
His heyday.
Have a cell.
have a cell right here.
Have a
Didn't
seat
have a
right
cell?
here. We're just gonna lock the door behind you. Don't worry about that.
These
You got to
bullies,
get him when he
though,
doesn't know he's going to jail, though.
These boys.
Sorry, just slipped something in his drink and he wakes up in jail. How'd that feel?
Interesting, right?
Is this what I've been doing to people this whole time?
How? I don't like this.
I just learned a thing.
I bet you he does like it.
It's just a nap. That's all it is. I was gonna wake up here anyway.
So these bullies were introduced to like the two main ones, and then they're fucking Biff
Entourage.
Tannen's friends behind them here. But when they come up and they're talking shit to the three ninjas, this one kid, who I think he's the kid in the Bulls jacket, he's got the floppy 90s hair and shit, he comes up and just strikes a pose.
He's like,
Oh my god.
He's got like the arms crossed and like turns to the side like, what? Like little shit heel pose.
I saw only that guy, and I was like, that guy's so fucking cool. I was like, dude, that
kind
guy
of-
would kick my ass.
He
and
learned
he's
that
like the
pose
rat.
from a Vanilla Ice video.
He kind of looked like the guy from Sidekicks, the bully asshole from Sidekicks.
Oh, yeah. The guy did nothing. The bad, like the not good at being a bully.
Cellini?
Yeah.
Cellini, the weenie.
Cellini the weenie.
Very
Chewini.
weary.
So they challenge him. He's like, I don't know if Rocky's trying to get her bike back at first, and then he's like, "How about we take your fucking bikes, but we'll win them fair and square in this basketball game?" And Rocky, being a fucking douchebag,
Yeah.
is
A
like,
show
"Yeah,
off.
10. We'll play to 10 points. You start with 9."
What? Give him 5.
Yeah, you guys would have won if you didn't give them 9.
You deserved to have your bikes taken.
Yeah, fuck you.
That's why you're a show off.
Don't make me be on the bully's side.
Yeah, the bullies do cheat. They throw these kids around, but whatever. These kids could have kicked their
No
asses.
blood,
They
no foul,
should've.
dude.
So this
Yeah,
is one of the.
they should have fought these kids. I'm sorry. Like I know the movie's trying to show restraint. Don't use your ninja prowess.
Yeah, 'cause
you're
ninjas-
getting shoved to the ground and thrown around. Defend
yourself.
dude. Now you look like a pussy.
Punch him in the
Yeah.
goddamn nuts.
Get all upset over here.
And
Grow some balls.
so this
You're
is
fucking ninjas.
this was another little fun fact. Kind of, there's an international version and an American version of this movie, and I don't remember if clearly the one I would have seen was the American version.
Yes,
because
that's the
the
one we
international
watched.
version didn't come out on VHS in the United States, and it was cut. Some stuff was cut to make it PG and to
So
make it shorter.
renting it on Amazon's the only way that.
I guess this is the international version because, and I don't remember, like I said, the version I saw, if they win this basketball game. Apparently, in the American version, they win the basketball game because it shortens the movie by cutting out that last scene and stuff like that. Which
I gotcha. I see what you're saying.
like because then they don't have to have the come back around scene.
Yeah.
But I mean, it kind of leads to stuff like what did they do later in the
I
movie when they're
remember
all
them.
walking and she's like, "I wouldn't be walking if you didn't have my bike."
That's why I said I remember
They
them losing
were-
the bikes.
They were riding their bikes.
Yeah, but later on, I mean, I don't know.
I guess the entourage. So like they acquired these new bikes, right? So they had to acquire new gang members.
Well, no, but I mean, I understand
To
that.
ride the bikes
but I
around
mean,
them
in
menacingly.
in the American version, where they win the basketball game, later on in the movie, when they're all walking as a group, and why? Remember, she makes some comment about how like, well, we wouldn't be walking if you
Oh,
weren't
yeah.
such a show off.
But I remember.
Oh, I guess that's
them
in that
losing.
scene that got
It's
cut,
in that
right?
scene.
So
Yeah.
it wouldn't
It's
matter.
in that
Okay,
scene.
never mind. I'm an idiot.
First, you get the bikes. Then you get the gangsters. Then you get the women.
But I remember
It's
that.
like a little tiny Scarface.
We're gonna get all these guys and have like 2 cars, and we got
Shitbird
all
Scarface.
it's 2 clown cars. It's like you better get the cars before you get the guys.
All I'm saying is I remember that scene with the whole basketball thing.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like they feel like they lost them, but I don't know. This is IMDb trivia.
Maybe
I'm
they
not
were-
trusting my memory
don't-
from a movie I watched a million times when I
Maybe
was
the
6.
No, but I also don't want to trust IMDb trivia all
Exactly.
the way. So
Well, there's like a whole list of like the things that were cut, like a couple seconds here, a couple seconds there. A lot of
Okay.
it's violence and stuff. I don't know. There was like 3 or 4 versions of this.
One
movie,
guy
so-
got stabbed. That was
Yeah.
the most violence. Is one guy got stabbed.
Well, and then
He did.
adding in the cartoon sound effects when they're fighting people is a way for because Disney ended up buying the rights to this, so that was their way of making it less violent. They're like, well, if it goes boing, then it's not violent when they punch this guy in the face.
Next time I punch somebody in the face, I'm going to go boing.
I'm just gonna start walking around with like a little soundboard in my pocket.
You do have a soundboard in your pocket.
Don't call it that.
Your phone.
I'm the screamer. This doesn't make any noise.
Sometimes if it could, though, I think it'd say "help me."
Is that your wrestling name?
Yeah.
The Screamer?
I'm the screamer.
I'm the screamer.
I'm the Screamer, brother.
Everybody knows when I get hit. You know?
Hit on?
Yeah.
But I love when
That
these
too.
bullies win and they're like, hey, have a nice walk home. And then the other one goes, without your bikes. And I'm just like, that's how walking works.
Yeah, one of the first bullies was like, dude, why you stepping on my shit? I left it perfectly. Why you got to add something on? They know that we took their
another
bikes.
one
That's
of
why
their
I said the
gangsters-
walking thing.
The other gangsters rolls by with the little bell on it. He's like, yeah, because we got them. We got your bikes.
Now we have your bikes and you don't have them anymore.
Just keeps
Look,
being added
yeah,
on
and
too
the guy-
stupidly.
That blonde guy comes around riding the fucking girl bike, and he's like, look, this one's yours. Look at it. He's like, this one's your bike.
We have
Look,
taken your bikes
look,
by way of
now you have to
our
use your
action.
fucking legs. Oh, man. And they're just like, that could have been a way longer scene. They could have cut the basketball scene.
Cut the basketball.
Cut the basketball scene and just make that like, and then I have your bike, and then when you get a new one, I'm gonna take that one. Oh, you're screwed.
Your dad doesn't even like you. You're not getting a new bike.
That's all your dad does is buy you bikes.
And they do at the end when they get the bike, they got one new bike. Like the dad was like, hey, thanks for, helping me solve my case. I'll get you guys one bike to share.
It's got front pegs and back pegs. Figure it out.
No, that was no.
Tum Tum in the front.
Because Colt and Rocky bet their bikes, and Tum Tum.
Oh, so they didn't get any new bikes.
It was 2v2. It wasn't the three ninjas versus two guys. So that was Tum Tum riding his bike because he didn't fucking bet his bike like an idiot.
Yeah, because he's not a dumb.
not
He's
a
a
fucking-
dumb.
Also,
not
he
a
had a
He's
dumb.
not a
Smaller bike.
dum-dum.
He's Tum Tum, not Dum Dum.
So the grandpa is following around Terry Silver and finds his like super secret giant boat. And
He's falling around like a brown Cadillac, too.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
and he's
Yeah,
just
he is
as
not-
visible as possible.
Yeah.
And when he takes this U-turn to drive away from seeing the boat, by the way, there's like he's right at the docks, right? And he like turns his car, and I'm like, he's turning into the water.
Yeah.
Like there's water right next to him.
I
He
didn't
was
even
gonna
notice
he was
that.
gonna do a 13-point turn.
A 13 point. He's doing the Austin Powers.
Yes.
Get out of that tunnel.
Yeah.
We got to get off this dock. Oh, here. Up, forward. Okay. Back. Okay. Forward. Up, back.
Beep, beep. 1 inch at a time, baby.
1 inch at a time.
That's the way we
indeed.
always take it.
Some people can only give the inch. You know,
It's
Hey,
a
if
good
it's
inch
done
if you
right.
You'll
give
get
it.
the whole dick, but you'll only need the inch.
inch.
This is a joke that
That's
only
my-
people from Tucson will get.
It's my wrestling
only old
name.
people from Tucson.
Only people who have ever seen a Monster Truck Rally commercial.
I always hated that commercial because I'm like, oh, so you're fucking ripping me off. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you only need the edge. I'm like,
Okay, well, I will give
Can I-
you
can I
one
pay for
tenth
the
of
edge
the
then?
cost of the ticket then.
right?
How much? for
Somebody
just the
else can
edge?
buy the rest of it and
Yeah.
stand behind me.
How much butt room do I have for just the edge?
Also, you don't know
Can I
how
get 2
big
seats?
my ass
I
long
have a
is
fat ass.
Can I get 2 edges?
You'll
please?
only need 2 seats. Wait, you'll get 2 seats, but you only need the edges. So the stoner guys are trying to figure out how to get into the house the next night. The parents go out. We don't see dad. This is when the mom loses her earring.
Oh yeah.
And then this lady in
Well,
curlers
he's
comes
working
over.
late on the case.
Yeah. Well, they're going out to dinner now, though.
Yes.
He doesn't have time for his kids, but he has time to nail his wife, which is
Yeah.
important.
I'm on this guy's side. You trying to vilify him?
But I think it's
You
a
met
work.
these kids. You want to hang out with them?
He knows, dude. He knows where all the cameras are in the building.
Yeah, I think it was a work dinner too because they were talking about work.
I
Also,
feel like everything's a work dinner with this guy, whether you like it or not.
I never had a babysitter because my sister was 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
So
Most kids did have babysitters at some point, but I feel like the oldest one could have watched the younger ones. I don't know how
Yeah.
old these kids are.
they
but-
did not need a babysitter.
For the movie, they do.
Also, it's 1992.
Oh, I was raised
Kids were
in the
just
80s.
left at home by themselves in the
Oh,
90s.
yeah.
Their dad knew that
Latchkey
they were
kids,
ninjas.
man.
Well, and I had a babysitter when I was really little, but she was like a teenager. These kids,
That's what I'm used to with
Yeah,
babysitting.
these
My
kids,
daughter
it's
is a
just like
babysitter.
it's some
A
grumpy
neighbor-
old lady with curlers in who looks like Will Smith's mom in the opening of
Yep.
fucking Fresh Prince.
This lady should be running like a female sorority in a boob comedy.
Yes.
Where the frat's trying
She's
to
the
get
frat
in.
mom.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Rollers in the
sorority mom?
hairnet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorority mom. That's what it is.
I wouldn't know. I was never in a sorority.
The stoner guys act
been in a
like
few.
pizza guy, although only one of them is, and the other guys are standing to the side while she's looking through the peephole, and you can clearly see the other guys. And he's like, she's like, we didn't order pizza. And he's like, well, you got to pay for it, bruh. Or else
your kids
She
did.
said
we're
the
going to
kids
TP
did.
your house. Shh.
Yeah, they're all just like making the stupidest fucking gesture. You know she can see you.
Yeah, and so they get in and they shove the pizza in her face and they shove her in the closet, and then
That was
DJ
not
Harder
cool.
wants to slice a pizza. Yeah.
I was going to say Hammer, but I'm so much happier that you said DJ Harder.
DJ Harder eats pizza off this old woman's face.
Yes, he does. Well, he grabs a slice. He doesn't actually eat it.
Well, then we get these guys eating pizza, though, because they say first we feast, and then we get the kids.
That pizza did look good.
It looked good.
Had
It looked
sausage
good.
and mushroom.
And Fester had he's you know what he's a thief with a heart of gold because he
Yeah.
says like this is some really good za. We should save some for them kids we're about to nap.
yeah.
You know, and he just wants to feed them kids.
Dude, he's
And I
always
think he
got,
even says they're probably nice kids.
I bet you they're really cool.
he's just very understanding.
He's a humanitarian
Yeah, he's-
kidnapper.
yeah, he's like if I was getting kidnapped, I'd want some fucking pizza.
I might go a little more easy if I had some za.
Dude, yeah.
Little kidnapping lubrications, what I've always called it.
Yeah,
Have a
you,
seat.
you fill them up, they go in and take a kidnap.
Have a seat, man. Crisscross applesauce on the floor. We don't believe in chairs. It's bad for your posture.
This house has weird decorations, though. Did anybody else notice the poster in the hallway that's framed and it's just like
Pablo
for
Picasso?
Yeah, it's for like an exhibition of Pablo Picasso.
Also,
Like what?
my thing, they have a large house, yes?
Yeah.
Why are these three boys aging 13 to 7 sharing one room?
This is their choice. They wanted like a ninja
Well,
bunkhouse.
They're sharing a room that's bigger than the dorm room that I shared with someone in college. Like
It's
this room
enormous.
is massive. And the dad who's like, I don't want you to have anything to do with ninja stuff, but I'll let you paint ninjas on your wall.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see this ninja mural?
I don't think
It's
he let them
huge.
paint it on there. I think they did
You
it
think
with...
those kids painted that?
No, I think their grandpa did.
Oh, you know what? I wonder though. There's a room getting worked on.
So, yeah, that's true. They're
Oh,
going
he
to
was
knock
painting
down a
over it.
wall and have just a bigger
I wonder though
shared
that room getting worked on, was that supposed to be one of these other kids? Like in my house, the oldest kid got their own, and then other people had to share. Like you age out of the room,
They called it mom's project. So
Oh,
it's for
did they?
her.
Okay.
Yeah.
or she's the one doing it because dad's never home.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's that.
So they have their little like suit up scene where they put on their bathrobes to fight these guys, and
And
like
their mask.
Because they get ready to call Emily because they know there's people there, and like let's call the cops. Oh, there's no phone in this room. Call Emily on your stupid can on a string. She can call the cops.
Yeah.
And one of them goes, "No, let's fucking.
This is our chance.
This is our chance." If I'm these parents, I'm happy you're okay, but why didn't you call the cops instead of fucking up our house?
Well, and Colt knows that they have guns because he's like, hey, these pizza guys shoved the girl in the fucking thing, but also they have guns.
yeah, you call the cops right then and there.
Which they don't use. There
Well,
are
show
multiple
us.
times where I was like, these kids would have been shot.
Yep. I know you're trying to keep them alive, but I'm going to shoot you in the leg.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Also-
shoot one of these kids in the foot, and you're going to behave real well now.
Guess what they could have done? Hey, Emily, call the cops. Now let's take care of business.
Yeah, until they get
Until they
here.
get here. Because how long does
Well,
it
like,
take for the police to
also-
show
no,
up to your
okay,
house?
No.
Days.
If they're talking to Emily, they're all in that room.
Yeah.
Like they're all in that room, and all those guys have guns. So like, if they're talking to her to get her attention at all, and say she's like not in the room, then like you would be like yelling. They know where you are. They get in the room. They had enough time while they were eating, stoners, but like they would have been making noise the whole time.
Speaking of making noise the whole time,
Candy, it's okay.
So yeah, they set up some like Home Alone traps that
I thought the same
are
thing.
so fucking stupid though. Like there's the slippery floor one, which I don't think would really work that well. And then when he throws down the jelly beans for these guys to slip on,
Jelly beans don't work this way.
yeah, I was like, these are not marbles. This is not Home Alone. These are jelly beans. These adult men would step on these jelly beans and they would squeeze.
I have squeezed so many jelly beans, like just today.
But now they're rolling around in dish soap and olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
So that's slippy slips.
But before they slip
Sorry,
there,
vegetable oil. This is the 90s.
Yeah.
We didn't know any better yet.
we're trying to be finger quote healthy. No, this is when we get what's his name painting the whole mask white
yeah,
and going
Cole
into.
paints it white. And
I'm
flips his
sorry, I know it's a
inside out.
dark room. I can see you.
Yeah.
You're right there. That's you on that drop
What?
cloth.
You could see me?
At
They
first I
fucked
was like,
this
wouldn't
house
it,
up.
At first I was like, wouldn't the dark green be better to hide in a dark room? And then I was like, okay, well everything's painted white and there's white sheets and there's white whatever. So maybe. At first I was like, is he gonna pretend to be a ghost?
You didn't tell me this house was haunted.
Did he just do whiteface?
He went full white face.
He went full Jabberwocky, bro.
You're not wrong.
So he's like Colt is tricking these guys through this room. Like they do this thing where they tie the door to the other door so they can't open it, which is pretty smart. And he's sliding through little things and making them follow him. And of course, all three guys follow him through this like tunnel of sheets that he made or something.
Yeah.
And then they start fighting each other, and he's just bonking them on the head. And that's one of the times where I was like, bang bang through the sheet, kid's dead. Like,
I was like, hey, like I said, you got to keep him alive, but I can shoot you in the arm. I can shoot. I'll put that gun right to your hand and shoot it.
He's got enough time to shoot when his buddies are beating his ass.
Well,
just start firing wildly upward.
the strength of these three kids, by the way, like
Yeah.
they must be super powered.
Yeah.
What's this youngest kid? Tum Tum's what, 9?
I was going to say 7.
Okay,
But he's
7 to
probably
9.
9.
He couldn't have been 10. He was losing teeth during this.
You find me a 7-year-old that could knock me out, and I'll pay him money. That's like
He
it
was
would.
But
gaining
he's been
and losing teeth
training.
throughout this movie.
It just would not happen. I know that there are plenty of kids out there that have a lot more martial arts training than I do, which is 0. I know there's also none of them that I couldn't just throw across the fucking room.
Yeah.
Like you could all these moves that get you in there and be like, all right, cool, you punched me in the chest. That
Now
didn't
you-
hurt.
Yeah, now you're right next to me.
Yeah, now, look at this. Ah! Just throw 'em.
When they like split these guys up, they definitely start murdering them because Rocky ties this like rope
Oh
of
my
ties that he
goodness.
made around Fester's neck, and then like jumps off the second floor. He
Off the
reverse
banister.
lynches this dude.
Yeah.
He
like he
does.
would snap this dude's neck.
100%.
Because I mean, yeah, he's a small kid, but you're still putting, I don't know, 80, 90 pounds on the other end of a thing that's attached to your neck.
Dude, yeah, if the wood can hold at all, he's getting hurt. Like he's getting hurt. and
Oh, he's
not-
dying.
And then
Yeah.
he climbs back up the tie.
Yeah. Well, and then Colt crushes this other dude's esophagus with
He
the
grabs
fucking
the
fireplace
calipers.
thing. Yeah.
He grabs the calipers from the fireplace and puts around his throat. Now again, superhuman strength, because even if you put Whitney, if this little kid put calipers around my neck, he can't move me across the room with them. And
him in the
he is
balls.
manhandling this fucking dude
He is.
across the room.
Well, they're very stoned and they can't like.
So
fight
am I.
back.
They are very stoned.
But this was the 90s.
And
Easily
then
convinced to move across the room.
And then they proceed to
Somewhere comfy.
blind these two guys. Also,
With
Tum
their
Tum
own
makes
pepper
these little
bombs.
pepper bomb things with like crushed red pepper and cayenne and all this shit.
All
and
red
they-
ingredients.
And
Yeah.
flour. No,
And-
he did use
Oh,
flour.
okay. Because
Black pepper
Yeah, he
too.
throws it into their face and it just white puff of
just
stuff
yeah, he
everywhere.
scar-faced him. He gave him a portable little scar-facing.
And then they end up tricking him into drinking X-Lax because I guess they're on fire from the peppers. So they pour a bunch of X-Lax, and I remember this very well from watching this
I
movie.
remember. This is one of the few things that I knew without really having to be jogged.
Yeah, and they pour the X-Lax in and make it look like, you know, coffee with creamer in it, and these guys don't notice.
Disgusting.
And he's like,
It
oh
looked
boy, this
delicious.
drink sure is good. And so the guys start chugging it.
Oh, give me that, man. That's mine, little bro.
Bro, that's my drink, bro.
Quit bogarting the soda.
Hey, I stole that from that pizza guy fair and square. It's mine.
I'm the one wearing the Zaw jacket. Oh, wait, no. He's the one being hanged.
Yeah. Fester ends up finding the can phone, and he catfishes Emily into coming over to the house, like have a fucking
and
seat.
he did your voice.
Got a little boy, come on over. Emily, let's have some fun. Have a seat right here.
Hey, come over, knock on the front door.
I'll let you right in. My parents are gone.
The front door's open. Just come on in.
Come on over, gonna let have some fireworks. I found the sparklers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. All of their, because their dad hates ninja stuff, so they took all their.
Did you listen to the things, though? They're like, oh, what happened? Where's the knife throwers? Your dad should take that.
Yeah, you don't.
You should not have knife throwing machines.
Your dad does not want you to have a thing that launches blades.
What happened to my katana? Well, your dad took it because you're a little shitbird.
Remember what happened to the wall, kid?
What happened to my rocket-propelled grenades? Dad took them.
What happened to my Rambo propelled grenades?
You know what? Does a bow come into this movie or any of these movies later?
I don't know. I know I've seen.
I'm not going to find out.
I've seen all.
Are you sure?
You might.
Not by choice. Not by
Not
choice.
before we have to watch these things for fucking the podcast at all. I did get another good laugh here, and it's just a stupid like slapstick thing. But they're all in Dad's office, and the stoners like kick the door open with the guns. They're like, "We got you!" and the door slams back in their face. I was like,
There's a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 genuine laughs where they wanted me to laugh, and I did.
yeah. And they have Emily at gunpoint, and they're like, "You guys are gonna come with us, little bros." And then the guy's like, "I gotta take a wicked shit, dude." So does his friend. So
this
they
will
leave
be
the
a
shit.
reckoning, brother.
They do add the like tummy rumbles sounds.
I will tell you though, man, the blonde guy that we're calling dude, this guy looks like this is the best acting in the movie. When he gets up off the toilet and like starts slowly pulling his pants up, he's looking in the mirror and just hunched over, just going, oh,
red.
like he has the life taken
knows
out of him.
what happened.
This dude has been there.
Yeah, they beat up these dudes one dude they beat up while he's shitting.
He's eaten
DJ
McDonald's
Harder.
twice in a day before. He
Don't hit me in the
knows. He
stomach.
knows.
Yeah, when they beat him up, he's like, "Just don't hit me in the stomach, dude." So
This
they don't.
other guy doesn't say it, so what happens? He gets a mounted boar's head to the
Yep.
gut over and over. Crap in your pants.
Yes.
There's no chance it's not.
What you thought it was over when you flushed?
Yeah. Well,
By
he's
the
like,
way-
he's like, I'm on the fence. I think I'm done pooping. I just got to be careful. Boar's head to the
I
gut.
gotta go kick those kids' asses.
So DJ Harder doesn't wipe. I mean, he is about to get beat up by kids, but he just stands up and puts on his pants. That's
Yeah.
gross. And neither one of them, well, he didn't have a chance to, but the other dude isn't even washing his hands. He's
No.
leaving the bathroom after.
No, he's
taking a
he's
massive
crying in the
shit.
mirror. He doesn't have time to wash his hands.
He can't look in front. He can't stand in front of the mirror any longer to see that sad, sorry soul. He has
That
to
took
leave.
a lot out of me, bro.
He has to fight those kids. He's so angry with the laxative that he's got to fight. He's got to take out his fury on the children.
That was one righteous Duke.
Bro.
And Emily almost drinks out of the cup, and Tum Tum's like, "Don't, that's the diarrhea cup."
See, I
and I'm
think-
like, she doesn't know what happened. So when you yell, "That's the diarrhea cup,"
Hey, but like,
she's like, "Wait, you guys are shitting in a
I kind
cup?"
of wish someone would like, yeah, go ahead, have some. And then one of the older brothers, the more responsible, like, no, don't. Like,
Aw, man. Aw, hamburgers.
I love it when
shucks.
girls poop.
I don't even like girls. I was hoping she'd get diarrhea.
Did
But
we-
you see, we've got a glass
would
table
you-
right here, don't you?
dude, why would you warn her
Have a
that's
seat.
the diarrhea cup if girls don't poop?
I'm blanking
this is
out.
how you
don't,
prove it.
I'm blanking out. Did you happen to mention that before the mom left for dinner, Colt is in Dad's office and looks through the folders?
Oh, we didn't talk about that. This is
Oh,
where
no,
we start to
yeah.
set up. It's good to bring it up because this is where we start to doubt Grandpa.
Yes.
We don't because we're
We're
adults and we can read between lines, you little shitbirds.
Yeah, so he found the thing, and that's when they think that Grandpa's working with Terry Silver,
But they were friends.
and then like Brown and Professor Tanaka and a bunch of ninjas show up at the end here, and
Oh,
they end
yeah.
up taking the kids. And when the FBI and everything's at the house.
While the kidnappers are still there.
Well, and here's the thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
the kid,
why did
the-
they- why
and
did
then,
they
that's
show
when the
up?
one says, "Hey, Uncle, do I still get paid?"
Yeah.
But like, so the whole FBI is at the house in the next scene. Then Emily gives the dad the note that the kids were taken. So why
She
the
gives
fuck?
it to the mom.
But either
But you
way,
didn't
why
talk to
was the
anybody?
whole FBI already there? They didn't know the kids were taken yet.
Yeah, they did. They were searching for the kids.
Also, all the
But
FBI
why?
was there because
the kids
the
aren't
kids
there.
were like
They're little
the
shitbirds. They could have just left.
Yeah. They could have blown curfew.
'Cause
Oh,
the-
you know
the
what? Maybe the
babysitter-
babysitter called somebody.
Oh yeah, because she's not dead. That's a different
Yeah.
movie.
Don't
You
tell
know,
mom the babysitter's dead. Is this going to be a friend of our show?
Don't tell mom the babysitter ate all the za.
And while all the
Shit,
FBI
two
is there,
slices on her.
you see this like silhouette of a ninja that's supposed to be intimidating, but it's Victor Wong in a
It's-
ninja costume.
Dude, I
and
gotta
it's-
say, I love Victor Wong, right? That's on the table. This is fucking ridiculous. It's the least intimidating person you've ever seen in a ninja outfit, ever.
I really wanted to see The Rock in a ninja outfit again.
Just, did you ever see Pain and Gain with The Rock, Marky Mark,
No.
and all? There is a scene where The Rock is pouring out of a ninja suit.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
Fantastic.
it is a ninja suit that you might fit into well, and he is just bubbling out of it. It's awesome.
pretty
That's
good.
an intimidating ninja.
that is. Yeah, he's like he's so strong he doesn't know how what to size his uniform.
I got the same size everybody else
He's
gets.
like,
I don't know,
I
man.
just got so swole so
Well,
fast.
it's just like a
I
Halloween
thought I was
costume,
still a medium.
right? So he
One
didn't.
size fits most.
I got the child husky. I don't know.
It said husky. So yeah, we go. Now we're at the hideout again. That's on this boat, and it's like a Foot Clan hideout inside. There's a bunch of barrels. That's how you know it's
I
a
kept
bad
thinking
guy's
Foot
hideout.
Clan. I was like, this is the Foot Clan that grew up.
Yeah, this
You
isn't
know?
nearly as cool as the Foot Clan hideout in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, where like Sam Rockwell is there and stuff, right? And they're like skateboarding and playing
It's
arcade
not as cool as the
games
second
and,
one,
like,
which is in a fucking what do you call a landfill?
Yeah,
It's not even that cool.
it's just a dojo on a boat surrounded by barrels.
Bojo.
A Bojo Joe.
It's a bojo.
It's a bojo. Yes, a bojo.
There is no fear in this bojo.
And the grandpa
Sweep the deck.
sweep the deck.
What about that order did you not understand?
Swab the
Put it in a
deck.
body bag, yeah.
So the grandpa's sneaking onto the boat, and it's like Sylvester. Or she's not Sylvester.
Wait, we
Stallone.
gotta go a minute back, if that. The grandpa says, "Let me go get him. I know his secret spot." And the dad's like,
Yeah.
the boat that he's got on Dock 6. Like, what? How did you know about that? I followed him all day. He's like, yeah, we followed you. So once again, like, I brought it up because then he goes, let me have my chance. No one will see me. The FBI just saw you. These people
FBI
that are not
followed
trained
you
in
and
ninja
you-
arts followed you and you didn't notice all fucking day.
All day.
Yeah, you didn't see the FBI following you. They are more ninja-y than you.
Yep. You just got out ninja'd.
It's like Steven Seagal twinkle-toeing around in Under Siege. He's like climbing up this rope with like a spotlight on him. I'm like, well, that's because he's wearing black, but he's not. He's wearing like a crushed velvet blue ninja suit.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't-
with this crushed velvet?
cold summer night.
Ooh.
And then Terry Silver's fucking outfit later is crushed velvet red. I'm like, these are not good ninja outfits. They are reflective.
Bring back the sequenced gi from
Ooh,
Sidekicks.
Sidekicks.
He might as well. So the grandpa's in the red, white, and blue one, and Terry Silver's in the fucking sparkle one.
He's the disco ball.
So this is when the kids are talking. They're in their little like room that's like their cell, and they're like, "Oh, Grandpa sold us out." And you know, of course, Rocky's like, "No, Grandpa would never do that." And then Colt's the one who thinks he does. He did, but then all of a sudden he's like, "Well, we just wait and see if Grandpa." Like, what? No, you just said Grandpa sold us out.
Yeah,
like
you
5
flipped
seconds ago.
real quick.
Yeah, he does. He's like, it's okay, Tom Tom. Grandpa didn't really do it. Or Grandpa's not really a bad guy. Is he?
Is he? And Rocky's trying to give the inspirational shit. He's like, no, remember our training. Every environment can be your friend. And Colt's like, oh, let's try this. Hey, Mr. Friendly Door, want to be my friend and open up? Nope, didn't work. Looks like
Guess
we're
we're
out of friends in this.
here.
No
It's
fucking
like-
friends in this bitch.
They don't have a phone in their
Only
bedroom,
brothers
but
and
they have a
ninjas.
phone on this in this jail cell.
The guard that falls for this should be shot.
yeah.
100%.
Carl
would've been-
Frank, I think his name is. It's fucking ridiculous. So is it Rocky that gets the idea?
I want everybody to know.
It's
Ben just
yeah,
asked for
Rocky.
another beer and then was like, "Wait, didn't I get one? Oh, I'm holding it in my hand."
Yeah, I was like, this one has some weight to it, and I was like, but I wanted it. I really like in my head. I was like, I want another beer.
Well, I got two hands. So
Take this
There's
one.
another koozie
but yeah,
right there.
it's I believe it's Rocky that gets the idea. He's like, "Oh, hold on, watch this." Calls down. He's like, "Hi, I'm the guy that's I'm gonna get my deep voice on. I'm the guy that's guarding the kids. I want to do a test. Can you call me back?"
Hi, I'm definitely an adult.
This phone.
yeah,
I just need to see
I-
if this phone works real quick. Just
I
make
have a
sure,
job. I pay taxes.
Fucking Han Solo.
Wait a minute,
Everything's all right here. You don't need to come down.
How are you?
How are you?
I would've
Who is
loved
this?
that. I would have loved that moment. But instead, they call back, and the kid goes, "Oh, hey, must be for you." And this guy's like, "Oh, okay, yeah. It seems like
Yeah,
I'm
it's for me. I'll open the door.
I would have loved if he would have had
Well,
the
'cause they
same
didn't have
pitch of
walkie-
voice as this
Nobody
kid.
ever calls me.
I'm the guy guarding.
Hello, yes, this is Frank.
This is Frank. Spot on Frank impersonation, by the way.
I heard that through the door.
They didn't have walkie-talkies.
Well done.
Yeah,
They
I
did
was the only
walkie-talkies.
one laughing like
No,
an idiot.
there's no
So
walkie-talkies.
they could have been like, yeah.
But it's the stupidest thing for him to think that these little kids, like, I got a phone call for you, Mr. Frank. You deserve to be
They have
shot.
a phone in every cell, but not one in the hallway.
yeah.
You don't think that this ship has a squawk box?
And the whole thing is, he's just like,
I want to make sure this phone works. Can you call it back?
I'm like, you're calling right now. It clearly works.
He should have. Hey, do you have time to talk about the warranty on your car?
We need to talk about your computer's extended warranty.
So they escape, And Terry Silver is like screaming and yelling as Terry Silver does. And I love it. He's like, I want you to find these kids or I'll tear out your liver. And he's like, I can't even do his delivery. His
And that's the second
inflection
time.
is like,
That's the second time he threatened to rip out an organ from someone.
Oh, because earlier when he's got the pads on, he's like, I will squeeze your head until ooze and mucus comes out.
Love it.
I'm not working for this guy.
No.
so like while they're trying to escape, they just keep using Tum Tum as bait.
Uh-huh.
They're like, hey, little dumb one, you go out there. Yeah.
Hey, dum-dum.
It's a boat full of child molesting ninjas.
And so yeah, the ninjas chase them around, whatever. All of their face guards are fogging up throughout this entire scene.
Almost like you shouldn't have them.
Yeah, almost as if that was a stupid fucking move.
Yeah. Unless we're all going paintballing later.
There is a part where they're like hiding to like trick these ninjas, and Colt is in a barrel and keeps popping up like Bugs Bunny.
Like he's gonna like why I
Yeah, and
no,
then-
back down.
Rocky got into this crate somehow that's closed, like sealed.
I didn't understand that either. Both
Yeah.
Rocky and Tum Tum were in sealed crates.
So I thought that the crate thing, because you see it rattling, I thought the ninja's going to go up there and be like, haha, and open it, it's nothing.
Yeah.
And now they're behind you. No, they put their face over, and this dude, it's a reverse Terry Silver, how he elbows into the crate. These little shits kick out of the crate.
This looked like, and I'm sure it was to do this effect, but like it looked like a fake leg on like a piston.
A spring-loaded fucking foot.
Because it kicks through this thing so fucking hard.
It's the old can of peanuts that's got a snake in it, but it's a foot.
And then they end up making some like improvised nunchucks, and like these are deadly. So
Dude.
one of them is just a metal pipe but has some wiring in it, which would hurt still. But that's like regular nunchucks.
But I think you're talking about the chain
Yeah.
with the crescent wrenches.
Yeah.
And,
And then-
holy shit.
Well, Tum Tum has the chains, and then crescent wrenches are tied with wires or something.
Colt-
It is
like that.
all
Colt, no,
deadly.
Colt has the crescent wrenches, and they have a chain connecting them too.
Okay.
And then Rocky has the pipe with the wires.
But I have to say, these kids actually are twirling these as nunchucks.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
like,
they
they're-
looked like it was really these kids.
they're
I mean, they're
doing these
dead
moves.
on.
But this
yeah.
part is like Three Ninjas Fury Road. Like it's a Mad Max weaponry system.
Yes, it is.
And like they do their nunchuck thing, and it makes the ninja with nunchucks be like, "Oh, I got to show off."
This
to
is a
these
laugh
kids.
for me.
Yeah, so he does his little nunchuck thing, and he's just whooping the shit out of the two dudes behind him. Like he doesn't feel that he's hitting them repeatedly.
You know what's
Right?
not a laugh for me is the Tum Tum keeps being like a one man Three Stooges kind of / Looney Tunes. When he's got somebody, he like winds up his arm like
Dude, I was just going to say, there were 3 wind-up punches in this movie.
minimum. Like I caught 3 of
3
them.
wind-up punches.
He winds up and then turns to punch. Like, first of all, the joke is you're winding up like you're getting more power, which isn't how punches work
At all.
But he does it
Donkey
and then
Kong.
turns and then goes to punch, and he misses, of course, and he punches the wall. But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
They still win.
Hiya.
And then this is when we see the guy who
Hi-ya.
looks like he might be an actual ninja, like
Uh-huh.
the ghost ninja is how I referred to him, because he's got a white face paint with like the kanji symbol on his forehead.
And the red
Like a coat.
lining.
He's
Yeah.
like
It's
And-
almost it's almost a little
mask.
kabuki
With
style.
the beautiful katana.
And this guy actually was the trainer for Rocky for this
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Michael Trainer is the name of Rocky, and this was his trainer. So that's fun.
Wow.
His trainer's trainer.
I don't like this. Can we talk about DJ Harder some more?
And they beat him by just getting like pulling a pipe and getting steam into his face, which fuck.
Oh no,
ow.
my only weakness, steam in my eyes.
And then Colt goes after him with this sword. First of all, Colt gets the sword and he just bops this guy who's holding him with the side of the sword. Not how swords work.
No.
Chop this dude's head off. I mean, don't, because it's a kid's
Well,
movie. But like,
but hurt him a little.
yeah, but you slap
You
him with
have
the
to.
broadside
Here's
of the
what
sword.
you do: you run that blade like just on his Achilles tendon, you know, and just he's not chasing you anymore.
Nope.
He's out.
You're not killing anybody.
He'll never play baseball again.
And then they just shame this ninja into not chasing them, because Colt like cuts off all of his clothes and makes his pants fall down.
But
And
doesn't
then he like hides
nick
his
him once.
He like rolls up into a fetal position to hide his shame. I guess.
I was kind of hoping for the Zorro moment, if you remember that, with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for him to cut the clothes, and all of a sudden, just all falls down. This guy's wearing like bra and panties. Oh.
So then this is
don't
when we
wanna
get
have
the
a
one
seat.
murder.
Yeah.
So they're going down the hall and they're talking about how their grandpa betrayed them or whatever. And then he shows up and he's got
They're
a
like,
little.
see, he's here.
He's got the little Rambo knives from the second one there. The little
Was it
throwing ones.
Kunes?
Well, Grandpa, don't throw it at me.
Yeah.
No, don't. And he's got it aiming. You know, we've seen this in action movies where there is someone that you should be doubting. You know, where it's like, oh man, is Derrick really in on this? And now Derrick's aiming at me, but shooting the guy behind me. But now it's your fucking grandpa, your flesh and blood. This guy taught you how to ninja.
The only guy who seems to give a shit about you in your life.
He only taught them how to ninja so he'd have like a better challenge when he went to kill them.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I want to kill you kids. You're fucking awful. But I want it to be a challenge.
I also want to be the grandpa at the top of the dojo. And you have to fight through
I am
10
King
stories
Grandpa.
of my men.
I want to be Grandpa Shang Tsung.
It's his like Pokemon gym, right? He wants to be the
Gotta
the
kill 'em
head
all.
trainer.
Yeah. He wants to see if he can, like, as like an 80-year-old man, beat like 3 different age ranges.
He's a
I'm gonna beat Terry Silver. I'm
Yeah.
gonna beat a teenager. I'm gonna beat a preteen, and I'm gonna beat a child.
He's going down. He's like, well, I started with somebody really good, so now I'm tired.
Yeah.
And now it's getting easier. Pretty soon, I'm just going to punch a pregnant woman in the stomach. That's how this fight
It's
ends.
just like 3, like he's trying to get 3 very obscure world records at once. You know,
Guinness Book of World Records for most children beat up by their grandpa.
they would be adults by then.
So we get they get into like the dojo and they get surrounded by ninjas. And this is another one I remembered very well. And I'm pretty sure this is a trailer line where one of them's like, I think Tum Tum's like, we should run. And then, no, Rocky says we should run. Tum Tum says we should hide. And Colk's like, not Colk.
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 Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin is like,
We did have the Home Alone moment.
We should kick their butts.
Kid power.
And then they do proceed to kick all these ninjas' butts.
Fully grown, trained men.
And this is when we get the thing where Colt like beats the guy up, and then he's like, "Hey, you're pretty good." Not.
Ooh, it stings. Oh, do you hear what the little kid just said to me?
He kicked my ass, and that was a little bit shamed me a bit. But then he nodded me.
I got to kill myself.
I'm jumping off this boat.
Docked boat.
I'm jumping on it and not on the water side.
Docked
He's
boat.
jumping off the boat onto the concrete face first.
Yep. That's
All
how
right.
you do it.
Is that good enough for you?
Sorry.
Ben.
I was like, never to be seen again. Lost in the ocean. He's floating. You can see the lights of the city. He's just like, I'm staying out here.
It's Andy Menard in the office in the
floating.
sumo suit.
Yeah. I don't want your help. I don't need a handout.
So this is when Professor Tanaka shows up. The character's name is Rushmore, by the way, according to the credits.
I was going to say, I don't think we knew that at
no
all.
one ever says it one
Dude,
time.
no one said it once.
No.
Never.
Well, because when he said earlier at the very beginning of the movie, he's like, hey, Brown. I was like, oh, shit. He's just calling his minority person like, you're a dickhead, dude. But then
fucked
Mr.
up.
Brown is the guy that he squeezes his head. But yeah, I didn't hear them say a word to this guy.
Yeah, Mr. Brown is not the
doesn't say
older
a word
man
either.
from Reservoir Dogs. He is the sidekick that gets beat up all the time in this. Oh, they did have a good thing with him. It was right before I think the grandpa got there, or right after, when he goes to run away and he turns around and just hits his head on like a little wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was
With the grandpa.
That's Brown. I mean, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
the grandpa,
Brown's
Brown's
a-
the
yes,
grandpa,
yeah, I was-
after he throws the knife at
Yeah,
this
there
guy's
was-
chest, and it goes
there
like,
were 2 other guys.
the
I think there were the grandpa also fought off
grandpa
2 other
literally
guys.
just claps.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
because the other guys are trying to pull out their swords, and they're like, "Oh, I can't because this hallway's too small."
Maybe
The
we shouldn't
grandpa
have had our
turns
ninja
sideways.
hideout on a boat. Who
Also-
thought this through?
Turn sideways.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the grandpa. The grandpa literally turns sideways and pulls out his sword, and they're just like clink, clink.
They're
clink.
watching like, oh, that's how that's done.
They watched him do it and still continue to clink,
Dude,
clink.
they didn't train for fighting in a boat.
Yeah.
Even though
That's
they're
why-
on one.
That's why.
They trained on the boat for fighting on a different platform.
And that's why Terry Silver's like, "Are you gonna teach him now?
You solve these idiots. They need your help. Come
Come
on.
on. Your grandkids will stay alive. Just help my people."
Imagine the inheritance.
I love this because Professor Tanaka shows up and they're like, "Oh, we can't beat this guy. They're like punching him and nothing's happening." And you think this would be the scene where in most movies it would be like a memory of the grandpa being like, "Remember the red eyes."
Light
It's really
them up.
it's really just grandpa on the like scaffolding above him, like, "Hey, remember the red eyes? Do that thing."
They still haven't caught me yet.
How'd you get up there? Wasn't easy.
So yeah, they do the scarecrow dummy thing and they punch him in all the right PowerPoints. That's not right.
PowerPoints?
Pressure points.
PowerPoint.
They're called
So they
PowerPoints
do.
now.
They Microsoft excel at this.
Well, when they were training, it was a PowerPoint presentation.
It's just because they have a really good outlook, okay?
I think that one's out the windows.
So yeah, he's like, light up the eyes, boys. So they do that by punching him and kicking him, mostly in the balls.
Which, by the way, before they hit these PowerPoints, how he's reacting when they're punching him is how everybody in this movie would react to these little kids punching him.
Yeah, this was the first.
This is how you would react.
Like step into realism.
Yes.
This movie has taken.
Yes.
It was like, look at this big man getting punched by children, and he's just like grunting at them.
I've fought Hulk Hogan. Fuck off.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, well,
I
so do we
shit
in
bigger
5
than
years.
you.
Weird flex, bro. I shit bigger than you.
And this is when we get what should have happened from the beginning. The ninjas are basically like, fuck this. They all pull out guns.
Oh,
Yeah.
loved this part because like they finally do get him down. It's like, wait, you had those on the whole time? You're saying you had those the whole time?
And again, they all have revolvers. I don't know. It doesn't seem likely.
Revolvers are much more tried and true. They really don't jam. You don't have to maintain them. You know what? They're on a boat, salt water.
I guess the thing is, it was the prop department was like, look, we got this box of guns, and they're all the same revolvers.
I got a feeling a lot of these props, like you said, the Picasso thing, somebody went through like the props area and was like, that would look cool in this house. What kind of guns do we have? We got a bunch of guns from an old cop movie. Put them in Ninja's hands.
There we go.
So then the grandpa swings in and like fights some people off, and then more ninjas show up now with assault rifles.
And Terry Silver.
It's the next level. Now you're at the boss level, Terry Silver.
Yes, now we get Terry Silver versus Egg Shen.
Yes.
Which is a movie I would watch, by the way.
I would watch Terry Silver versus Egg Shin.
And he's got his red crushed velvet gi on, which is great. And then Snyder ends up cheating and kind of beating the grandpa.
It's not cheat. There's no cheating in ninjutsu, though.
I'm pretty sure pepper bomb in the face is cheating.
Okay.
Also, though, he throws this pepper bomb in his face. You see the powder all through the air.
He's
Terry
in it.
Silver just walks right into
He's
the.
in this
he stands
pepper
up. He's
bomb.
like, "Ha I am better than you."
As close as you and I are right now, if I tear gassed you, I'm tear gassing myself.
and me and Ben over there.
Well, yeah, I'm not counting you guys. You're not in our fight.
No,
I wanna
This is
see
me and Jack having a ninjutsu battle.
I just want to give you a brief little rundown the history of ninja because I'm that guy that watched these documentaries. We all know samurai, right? You know, you got the armor, you got the
Yes.
horses. We all know samurais,
I
right?
don't know any of them.
I've never met a single
You're gonna sit
samurai.
here and tell me you've never met
single
one
guy.
samurai.
I've never met a single man who was like, "Hey, I'm samurai."
Wait, what about a guy saying, "Why don't you hang out with Sam or I?"
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Anyway, samurai, they had the armies, they had the horses, they
Badass people.
served feudal lords.
They were
right?
like knights. They were the knights.
Ninjas
Yeah.
started off as peasants that could not afford armor and did not have katanas, and they used sneaking around and tricks to defend their very poor villages that would otherwise be sacked by samurai.
the piece
So
of shit.
ninjas really are all about every fucking trick in the book.
They also practice a martial art called ninjutsu.
Yeah.
In all this entire movie, it's karate.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
like
well,
those Legos.
Kickboxing. Because everything
Ninjutsu
they're
literally
doing is
translates to ninja art. Jutsu just means art.
Yeah,
and
but I
ninja
mean,
means
it's a
ninja.
certain type of martial art, and they're all doing karate. That was something
Yeah.
I read on the internet, and I was like, yeah, well, that's how all these movies work. I just watched Kickboxer yesterday, not for the first time.
Oh, wow.
And he trains the whole movie in Muay Thai, and then ends up using karate through the entire final fight.
Also, isn't
So-
karate Japanese? I'm pretty sure Victor Wong is Chinese.
Hey, you know what? It's all right, bro.
It's all right. It's all right, dude. It's all just
It's
hands and feet
1992,
anyway.
man. No one gives a
It
fuck.
was a very progressive.
Why are you trying to harsh
movie.
our vibe?
They were inclusive of all Asians.
Yeah, it's in the 90s, not like the remake for Karate Kid in China.
Yes, they were inclusive of all Asians, including only Victor Wong, and then the white mother, who is apparently this Victor Wong's daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that mom's got to be the whitest chick ever. And when it shows the picture, it might as well be Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Dude, it was like Dolly Parton.
It was Dolly Parton.
It was like
Dolly Parton, my friend. That is not your grandfather.
That is not-
So then the grandpa ends up choking Terry Silver with some giant jelly beans that Tum Tum had given him at the beginning of the
Take
fight.
these for good luck. They're sticky. They've been in your little hands all fucking
little
day.
grubby child hands that
Dude.
are always wet and sticky for some reason.
COVID.
No. So like, what
Oh,
was
COVID.
the worst part about that is like he's getting. So they're like, literally, it's like a fight to almost the death, and he's getting jelly beans like thrown into his mouth.
Yeah.
And then like while he's like yelling,
Gets
and then-
waterboarded
and
with
then
jelly
they hit
beans.
his mouth. He might have even seen what they were before they got in his mouth, and then they're salty.
He's like, all right, well, at least I'm
Yeah.
getting choked with something
And then
sweet.
it's just like- and
What
then
was
it's like-
that?
It's like, why are they salty? And then you're just like, "Ugh." Yeah, that's why he was throwing
This
up.
little kid.
Like he
Did
wasn't
you see?
actually.
Do you know what he put in there?
Huh?
Do you remember when they were locked up and Tum Tum pulled his scab off? He put the scabs in with the lucky jelly beans.
Dude, He put his
I
scab
just threw up in
into
my
his
mouth.
grandpa's hand.
Also,
Scab drop.
Did you see like when they show from the back and he's like coughing the jelly beans out? He's really like,
Oh yeah, I
one
think
yellow
Victor
one.
Wong
He
accidentally
got
put one a little
5
too
jelly
deep.
beans, and he's coughing out like 70 jelly beans.
Yeah,
on the
Victor Wong
fucking
got like
floor
beans
over there.
deep in that
yeah,
throat.
he did.
He's coughing out little jelly beans, even though Victor Wong put these like fucking kidney
The
bean things in
Easter,
his
the
mouth.
Easter
Yeah.
special.
These
Delicious.
diabetes-inducing jelly beans versus like regular diabetes-inducing
Say hi to
jelly
the
beans.
Easter bunny for me.
Was it Brock's?
Brox or Brax.
Brax?
Brax. It's spelled
B-R-A-C-H-S.
Brax. It might be Brox.
Abraxas.
Abraxas. Oh, I want to watch that.
Let's do it.
All right.
So the dad arrives and ends up shooting because Snyder or Terry Silver, whatever, is getting back up, and the dad ends up shooting him in the shoulder
Because
and
he's got the
FBI
gun.
is
He's like,
here.
I don't lose.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never lose.
His grandpa came
But-
back after the fucking pepper.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what Grandpa shoved the jelly beans in his throat.
Did
after
you-
the
And then
pepper
he
gun.
almost killed him. He was like,
Did you think that this bullet was like a tranquilizer? Because he gets shot in the arm, and instead of getting hurt, he gets tired. Like he just lays down defeated, like, oh, I can't go
That was
on.
because that was like his last hurrah because they knew that he took the kid.
He knows he's fucked.
Yeah, no, the FBI knew that it was him behind them taking his kid.
I mean, it was hearsay.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying, like when this guy gets shot in the arm, normally he'd scream out in pain, like, "Oh, I'm shot!" He was like, "Get me a
but, like,
pillow."
Also, like, you just couldn't.
Get me
like,
a
You
pillow.
wouldn't be able to use your arm after.
Did you
that.
just shoot me with a glass of warm milk?
Can I have a pillow bean?
I
it's
feel
like-
so
it's also like if you were
sleepy.
like supporting yourself on that arm and you got shot, like where you couldn't.
yeah,
use
but
it,
he
you
is just
fall
like
down.
laying all.
I would writhe in pain, not
He
take
does
a
look
nap.
somewhat
He
drunk.
wasn't shot previous. Maybe he was,
There
like,
was no
out of
blood
breath
either.
from the pain.
Why are you defending Terry Silver, dude?
He was
Are
on
you a
the-
ninja?
He was beat. He was.
Somebody check his pockets for goggles.
This guy just got his ass beat.
He just went skydiving.
Goggles
He
and
was on the floor,
shurikens.
very sad. And all of his ninja friends couldn't just
He's
fucking
like, "My ninja
firing
empire is
squad this
crumbling."
old man.
Dude, I just
Because
made
that
a
was not the
connection.
agreement.
I just made a connection to a movie that nobody here except me and you watched, Jack. Officer Down.
Uh-huh.
When we have the autistic ninja guy.
Yeah.
And he's got the goggles. Is it because he grew up watching Three Ninjas and he's
That's
like, ninjas have goggles?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That is a great connection because they're the same skydiving goggles. He's like, so that's what ninjas look like. Writing it down on a piece of paper. Get skydiving goggles.
Anti-pepper bomb goggles, please.
So
Crack a boom, motherfucker.
God, it's a good line.
Make
It
sure
is.
to add pepper bombs to my arsenal.
Not bell peppers.
Alexa, add
as
pepper
they will
bombs
no
to the shopping
longer
list, please.
affect me.
So the dad finally loves his children at the end of the movie.
Acknowledges their names.
He tells his sidekick guy here, Jerry's like, hey, we got a bunch of evidence we need to collect, and he's like, hey, how about you do my job? I have a family.
It's a wonderful sentiment.
sad,
It's
lonely
not how
man.
the FBI
No,
works.
Because literally, he's
it's
like,
your fucking job.
I have a hero family to take out for pizza, and in my head, I just hear him saying, hey, why don't you do the job because you're lonely and you don't have anyone, and I have a family.
And when I get back to the office, I will get the accommodation for it. So
I
don't
will get
fuck
a
yourself.
promotion, and you will continue.
Listen
to be
here,
nobody.
Clifton, pal. You've never raised 3 ninjas. And me, I have, and I set the bar pretty high.
Dude, I've barely raised them.
My wife does a lot of the work, and I feel kind of bad about that.
That was
No.
dude. That was crazy.
But he
He's
does
like,
recognize their names instead of their
There's-
slave names.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. And
Their slave name like Michael.
dude, yeah, like was one of them Peter?
It was Jeffrey, Michael, and Peter. Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
One of
Sam.
them was Sam.
Sam. Jeffrey,
After
Michael,
his
and
dad.
Sam.
Probably.
Fucking, he's a junior.
Yeah,
Sam
he was
Jr.
Rocky with Samuel.
Junior ninja.
Rocky loves Samuel. Wait.
Rocky's named Samuel.
So I guess the American version, which might be the version I watched growing up, I don't know, ends with like them driving away and it's like some like banter in the car, which is very annoying. This version
The
ends.
car gets further, you can still hear him.
Yeah, exactly. This version ends
I
with.
remember this version. I
Are
remember
we still
this
recording
version.
right now? I don't know. This is really weird, man. Why were we talking about this? And then,
Who's this conversation
and then it's
for?
just the credits.
Holiday Road.
I love the dance.
I wish it was that song.
It's not that song.
I
God,
wish it
this
was that song.
But so yeah, they get the
Power
bullies.
the Kids.
The bullies confront them again for some reason, even though they've got all their stuff. So why not just leave them alone?
The ginger bully with an earring rides up on the girl's bike, and I'm just like,
Yes.
you get picked on for that. I'm sorry. I know you're like,
Well,
number
he's so
two
tough
bully,
that nobody dares
Also-
pick on him.
but he's
He
number
was-
2 bully, not number
Wasn't
1.
he the guy that said this is like the perfect bike for my sister?
Yeah.
yeah, and
Turns
then
out he has no sister. He's a cross-dresser.
turns out he killed his sister
Turns out
when
he
he was
is
bullying
his
her.
sister.
It's like a little psycho kind of thing. My sister would love this bike.
It's like that big dude Lurch from Hot Fuzz, where it's like he lives up
Yarp.
the road with his wife and his sister. Are they as big as he is? Who? Wife and the sister, same person.
So,
Yarp.
and I don't remember if it was like
mom
the
and
basketball scene or if it's this scene, but the kid with the earring.
Yeah.
One scene, it's like the dangly chain earring, and then the neck, like
It was
in
the
the
basketball
mid,
scene.
it wasn't the basketball. In
So
mid
just
thing,
mid-
it just changed to a gold
Oh,
hoop.
wow. See, I remember the gold hoop, but there was a little
It was
80s dangly number.
Little dangly number
And
where
there's
the
a
front
lot of
connected to the
continuity
back.
stuff in this because Tum Tum gains and loses teeth throughout the movie.
Yes,
too.
he does.
Well, he's eating those jelly beans like they're anything else.
His
Yeah, but
front
you don't
tooth-
get teeth back.
his front
If
tooth.
you eat the white jelly bean the right way, you do. You've seen Dennis the Menace when he puts chiclets in for his dentures?
Yes, but his front tooth is like barely coming in, and then it's there, and then it's barely coming in again throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
So Rocky beats up Ice Cube,
yeah.
and they get their bikes
Oh,
back.
he gets permission from Emily to show
Because the
up.
Yeah.
kid pushes him. He's like, I'm not going to fight you. And he's like, I don't care. Pushes him again.
Smacks him in the face.
and
then-
she's
Emily-
like, "Go ahead and show off."
This is supposed
If
to be a
you're gonna
good
get
line, but
slapped-
it's not.
She's like,
Because
show
it's
off.
her delivery. Yeah, she's just
Go ahead and
I couldn't.
show off.
So she's giving him a hard time the whole movie for being a show off, and you can't give from her delivery. It sounds like she's just calling him a show off again. She's just like he looks at her and she just goes show off.
No, that's permission.
Yeah, no, it's her.
No, I'm
it
saying
should
we
be,
don't read it.
Yeah, it should be show off, but it's
Show
just
off?
show off again. I'm like,
Well, we're waiting.
Dude, she watched him. Dude, in the basketball scene, that dude jumped like 6 feet in the air.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, the basketball scene. He has a Michael Jordan free
Dude.
throw line
dude,
dunk.
that kid. That's what I said when we were watching. I was like, you're gonna tell me this 13-year-old just palmed a basketball?
Yeah.
Because like he didn't.
When I was in 8th grade, I could jump and touch the rim. No basketball. You know, I could get up there and touch it, slap rim. Couldn't palm a basketball. Still can't palm a basketball.
It was
I have
half your
adult size hands.
You do have large hands.
I do have large hands. I cannot palm a basketball. Let's get
You know
that.
why? Because I'm not Spider-Man.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's why my penis looks so small.
That's why.
That's why it looks small. See,
I thought it was just because how thick your thighs are.
It's an optical dick. It's an optical delusion.
so that's the end of the movie, and we get one of the worst songs that we've had in the credits of any movie that we've done so far.
Dude, I made the mistake of going to make myself a snack in the kitchen and let this fucking thing play.
I was letting it run because I watched the credits to
Yeah, we
read
like to
through
watch the
names.
credits.
I literally ended up having to fast forward. I was like, why are these credits running so slow?
It is.
I already
you said
forgot
It's
it.
the worst one. Kid Power.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Power of
Kid
the Kids.
Power
Kids.
by this guy named Will Rock, R-O-C.
He will not.
You know why you never heard of him? Because he made this fucking song.
It's
DJ
bad.
Harder might
It's
have
like
produced it
It's
for
like
him.
a verb name.
He will rock, and that guy will DJ Harder.
Kid Power is one of the stupidest concepts.
I hate
Kids-
it. I hate
kids
it.
shouldn't have power. They should be little kids that figure out what's fun in life and what they want to do instead of trying to grow up and be power. It's dumb. I hate it.
And like the whole Kid Power thing was like a 90s thing, and I remember it a lot because Nickelodeon was the thing of that and everything. And that's great. And when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, Kid Power. But now I'm an adult and I'm like, shut up.
You
You're
know
not
what
even
comes
a
with
human
power?
yet.
It's not great responsibility. It's mortgage. It's bills.
It's paying bills.
It's
Shut the
fucking
fuck
not
up.
sleeping.
Complaining about in pain. Like you sneeze and you pull a muscle in your back.
It's waking up and being like, why am I so tired?
My
Existence
foot
is
hurts for
pain.
no reason. No, there's a reason. You're old.
But yeah, so I mean, this song just keeps playing, and like I said, we let it run for a while, and it's got these samples from the movie that don't
dude,
fit in
it
at all.
did.
I did
And
run
there was
back
one
in because I'm
point-
like, oh wait, there's a stinger. Nope, samples.
There's one point where it's like someone saying like one more time, or someone's like it's a sample from the movie, presumably, and someone's just saying like one more time, something like that. And Ben heard it first, and he's like, "Did that guy just ask if he was supposed to do the chorus one more time?" Because he's like, "Kid
Yeah, I
Power,
thought it was like-
Kid
it was like,
Power,
are we doing like
Kid
another
Power."
chorus right
Then you just hear,
Did you want another one?
then you just hear
Yeah.
one more time, Kid Power.
And then he starts riffing. He's like, power the the power of the kids. And he was like, God damn, dude, this guy's fucking. He's like, that was him asking, and then they used this sample again, and I was like, what the fuck? That
I'm
was
the
a sample
scat
from.
man.
When did that happen in the movie?
Kid power now.
But yeah, dude, kid power.
Yeah, fuck that.
I mean,
So it's over. And I'm
Yay.
happy.
no, the kid was Chad Power.
Yes. Tum Tum was played by Chad Power. That should have been this. Chad Power.
Kid power. Chad power.
He has a special release of an MP3 of the special release where they say Chad Power.
Can you just get like one chorus where you say my name?
Yeah, and it's just that's his prized possession.
He just downloaded the song and then went through and just every time the guy said kid, he was like, Chad.
He's like, this is an exclusive
Craig, it's
Will
Space
Rock
Bag Craig.
release.
So the song just goes, Chad Power.
Chad.
All right. So, wife, would you recommend this movie?
I might shock you here. All right, you ready? If you've never seen this before, fucking don't.
Yeah.
This is a no recommendation.
Okay, that doesn't shock me. I was like, are you about to say yes?
No,
Yeah, I thought you were too.
I
Like, I'm
only-
gonna shock you. I fully recommend. Like,
I'm
what?
going to shock you. I'm watching this again right now.
Again? That's what they were asking.
You know what? I'm going to kick this back again.
So I out of nostalgia, I was like, yeah, let's totally do Three Ninja. No, it was terrible.
So I don't recommend, and I'll tell you what's funny is my roommate got home, and I said, hey, do you want to watch Three Ninjas? She goes, fuck yeah, I love that movie. 20 minutes in, she's passed out.
Yeah, that
She
sounds
was
about right.
sleeping. It was so boring. And I looked over, I said something to her to make a joke, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I was sleeping. I was like, don't you apologize. You go back to bed. You are the
Hey,
smart
I have to do
one
this
here.
for that job I don't
Yeah.
get paid
That's
for.
what I said. It's like, you don't have to do a podcast that you actually pay money for.
Mr. Ben?
It was your first time, and you never heard of it before. So
Dude, yeah, this did not exist in my brain.
Do you wish it still didn't?
If you're over 13, do not watch this movie.
That's well said.
well said.
Like,
Yeah,
you-
I'm-
If you're listening to this
can't-
podcast, you shouldn't be
like,
watching.
if you're like if
Have a seat right
somehow
here.
Let's see.
if somehow you're younger than that and very curious about this movie, give it a shot. If you're above
Are
that
you
age,
curious?
if you're above that age, dude, this is just not okay. It's
Yeah.
like there were so many parts that could have been more believable.
Or any amount of
Well,
blood?
it's a kid's movie, but
also
still, like,
yeah, and also like why is
Why is
the
Derrick
whole
doing this to
Home
us?
Alone scene no deaths, and then there's an actual like one real like this guy is dead now.
Which we don't even know he died. Like he got a
he just got a knife to the heart.
Yeah, he got a knife to the.
It sounded like a
I was
rubber
like Caligula. He took a knife right to his Caligula.
right to his giant
Fell
orgy.
down. Yeah.
I'm gonna not recommend this movie either. And I was even like a soft on like First Kid, and I still recommend Sidekicks. This
I would
movie
watch
can
First
go
Kid
fuck
again
itself.
right now.
Like, I'm glad I didn't
Let's watch
buy
Second
this
Kid.
one.
I'll make Second Kid. I'm writing the fan fiction for it.
I'm glad I didn't buy this movie. Like, I'm okay with having bought Sidekicks because I'll probably watch it again someday.
Yeah.
I will never. I watched this movie, like I said, 20 quadrillion times, which is a real number. And
So even nostalgia did not do
no,
it for
nothing
you.
did it for me. I hated this. And I mean, it made sense that we loved it so much. When I was a kid, my next door neighbors were brothers. There was 3 of us all the time. So it was like, oh, 3 ninjas. And you could like play 3 ninjas
Yeah.
and do like imagine stuff, whatever. Like, fuck this movie, dude.
I mean, I will say that I'm going to give it some credits because none of us here recommend it because we are all adults and alcoholics. This wasn't made for us. This movie does know what it is. It is an hour 30, give or take.
not even 84 minutes.
84 minutes. It's in, it's out. It's got jokes for the kids. If you were a little kid, which we all were at one point.
I was never a little kid.
Besides Ben, all of us liked this movie growing up. So it is a good movie for that. If you're one of the ages of these kids,
If you're
Cool.
growing up,
Yeah.
I
still.
I just
guess
don't
this
think
is
I don't
growing
think
up.
anybody under 13
growing up.
it is growing up. I don't think anybody under 13 would even enjoy this movie now because these kids it's not CG. I don't know. I don't think that the age Ben is recommending would enjoy the movie now.
they're a little too TikToked.
Yeah,
If
I mean
they've never
it's
had
very 90s.
Devices.
Yeah.
Some
But-
parents don't let kids have devices.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just no. Fuck
It's
this.
a no.
It's a no.
That's a no from me. So next week is the end of our back to school month. And we will be doing The Wizard. Patrick will be here. It stars Fred Savage and Beau Bridges.
Welcome back,
and-
Beau Bridges.
Welcome back.
Hopefully he's not
And,
having a seat in that one.
Hopefully not, because he's Fred Savage's dad.
Yeah.
Something about Power Glove, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
right?
there's a
It's
Nintendo
basically an
Power
extended
Glove.
commercial for Nintendo.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty excited. I handed Patrick my Blu-ray, which is a Shout Factory Blu-ray, and they, these boutique companies, they do this thing where they make really cool covers for terrible movies, and then you see the cover and you're like, yeah, no, that looks cool.
Looks
and then
awesome.
Yeah, so they did this really cool, like, 8-bit kind of cover thing for it, and I handed it to Patrick, and he was like, well, this looks cooler than I remember. And I was like, it's not.
It's exactly what you remember.
But yeah, so that'll be our next one. And then we get to go to not doing theme stuff. So we're just going to do some random shit for a little while. That'll be fun.
That should be fun.
Anyway, that's it for this week. Oh, I should probably do all my shit. Check out Evasion on all their
Give
shit.
Patch money.
Yeah, they did our music and they gave it to us for free.
Go to Harbottle, tell them you listen, get $1 off.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
do that. Go to our website, send your friends to our website. Just spam your friends with all of our posts, so they're going to unadd you, which is good because then you have less social media friends, and that's what we all need.
It's how you weed out the shitty friends.
So, yeah, all that. Check us out everywhere. I think about the time this is coming out, Stitcher is going to be not going out of business, but discontinuing. So if you listen to us on Stitcher, find another source. We're on Spotify and stuff.
Oh, the alarm's going off. It's time to end the podcast.
Is your phone on silent? No.
Yeah, it was.
I know, that's how alarms work. But that's it for this week. We'll see you guys next week. I have been Derrick.
I'm Whitney.
I've been here.
I've been Ben the whole time.
Good night, and go heal yourself. Just another reminder, next week is not The Wizard, like we just said seconds ago. Next week will be Sidekicks, starring Chuck Norris and Jonathan Brandis, and it's a great episode, so come check it out. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.